Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Mommy, where does flavor come from?
Well, when people love food, they cook it on a Traeger grill. Meat, corn, even pie. And then the Traeger does the rest, which brings everyone to celebrate this beautiful thing that they've created. Because when you share delicious food with your friends, that's the flavor of life.
Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
Adventure takes you here, but much of it starts right here in West Virginia, where Toyota has lived alongside hardworking West Virginians for over 25 years, investing over $2 billion in the Buffalo manufacturing plant and bringing in over 2,000 jobs. And that helps fuel the local economy. Thanks for making Toyota the #1 selling brand in West Virginia. See your dealer and start your adventure today. Toyota, let's go places.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey.
The following sports special is a broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg.
Dear Lord, the battles we go through life.
Dear Lord, the battles we go through life.
We ask for a chance is fair.
We ask for a chance is fair.
Chance to equal our strife. Chance to do it there.
Chance to do it there.
We should win.
We should win.
Let it be by the code.
Let it be by the code.
Faith and honor held high.
Faith and honor held high.
We should lose.
We should lose.
Stand by the road.
Stand by the road.
Cheers, the winners go by.
Cheers, the winners go by.
Day by day.
Day by day.
We get better and better.
We get better and better.
We can't beat.
We can't beat.
Boom, beat.
Who let the dogs out?
It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school football, featuring the Martinsburg Bulldogs. To get you ready for today's play-by-play action, we'll bring you interviews, in-depth analysis, and important game information on the pregame show. So let's get things started by going to the stadium and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
The thing I'm most passionate about with my clients is that 95% of them that come to me, they've never been in trouble in their lives. They've got careers, promising futures, things that matter.
So thankfully, after it was all said and done, I had no DUI and I had no more stress facing me or my family.
When you're on the fence whether to hire a DUI attorney, I always say that you really cannot afford not to. My name is Harley Wagner. My law practice has been exclusively focused on driving under the influence cases throughout the state of West Virginia.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Order number 2001.
It's not rocket science. Get a 12-piece chicken for $12 at happy hour from 5 to 7 p.m. with the Rocks app. Want the kids to warm up to you? Get a gas fireplace from Roach Energy. Roach Energy. Call 304-263-3329.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is Prevent, Promote, Protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
We welcome you here to Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium. Hopefully everything working back at the studio. Apologies there. Just had a little bit of connection difficulties, but we're ready to go now for playoff football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube, as our pregame show is brought to you by W. Harley Miller Systems, providing custom integration services like home and office automation, home theater networking, audio, video distribution, and more. Give them a call at 304-350-1931 or visit WHMsystems.com. I'm Colin McLaughlin for Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube. Alongside me on the call is Dylan Bishop. On-site producer is John Alderton, and want to give a shout-out to his grandsons, Kason Hudson, Jace, and Ryder, tuning in right now. Cameraman Matt Miller. Back at the studio is Nick Verzolini, as it is the number 1 seeded Martinsburg Bulldogs playing host to the 16th seed, the Parkersburg Big Reds, here this evening. And it should be a great showcase for the Bulldogs, most likely, today, Dylan.
Yeah, I think so. I think, the most likely scenario is, maybe something similar to what we saw from Spring Mills last night against Hedgesville, where Martinsburg has really dominated every team that is faced outside of Spring Mills. Even the Huntington game in Week 2, 47-15. Was the most lopsided we've seen between those teams in the last 3 seasons. And I think that overall this Martinsburg team looks incredibly hard to stop on both the offensive side of the ball and on defense. Their defense hasn't put up the dominant numbers of the Spring Mills defense with 8 shutouts on the season for Spring Mills, but it's still an incredibly impressive group that it's hard to run the ball on. And it's hard to pass the ball against as well with the pressure that they get. Maybe you can hit some deep shots on them here and there, but it's very hard to keep that up consistently for an entire game. We saw that against Hurricane 2 weeks ago, that they got out to a fast start, but then the defense locked in, and they were able to shut down that offense. So Parkersburg coming into this one got a tough task at hand to try to pull off the 1/16 upset. This is the 16-team playoff where everybody's in 4A gets in, and it does lead to a lot of first-round lopsided victories for these top seeds. And Martinsburg, I think, coming off of a unintentional bye week last week, to see if they come out with a little bit of rust, but chances are that I think that this team is going to be ready. Coach Walker is going to have his team prepared to go up against the Big Red, and I think more than likely we are in for a Martinsburg showcase, as you kind of put it, as they go through trying to defend their state championship. This is where it starts, right here in the first round, but you can never count out your opponent altogether.
This is the 6th all-time meeting between these two. The previous 5 matchups for Parkersburg against Martinsburg, all coming in the postseason as well. In fact, the first ever Martinsburg playoff game was against Parkersburg in 1976. It was Parkersburg getting the win in that ball game. Parkersburg leads the all-time series 3-2, so Martinsburg trying to even up that series here this evening. We'll now step aside, take our first break of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. On the other side of that break, we'll have the check of the playoff schedule. This is West Virginia High School playoff football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
WVU Medicine is pleased to announce the expansion of our ENT services in the Eastern Panhandle. WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat Berkeley has added 2 new physician's assistants to their team. Both Connor Hall and Samantha Barbado are now accepting new patients, allowing WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat Berkeley to provide faster appointment times. For more information, call 304-262-9400. WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat, located in the Dorothy McCormick Center in Martinsburg.
The Skinner family has been representing West Virginians for more than 50 years.
We've changed the name of our firm to Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers because we want to be clear about what we do. We represent people who have been in car, truck, and other catastrophic accidents.
We're here to be a voice for the injured and vulnerable, and we take that job seriously with deep commitment to serving our clients wherever they are.
Just Google Skinner Accident Lawyer or visit skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is Prevent, Promote, Protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg. We welcome you back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. It's now time for the check of the playoff schedule, brought to you by Rock's Local Markets. With convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle, fast, fresh, friendly, Rock's. Before we get to today's games, let's take a look at how things went yesterday. Starting off in the game we had coverage of last night between the number 2 Spring Mills Cardinals and number 15 Hedgesville Eagles. Spring Mills dominated from start to finish en route to a 56-0 win over Hedgesville. Hedgesville's season comes to an end as the Eagles finish with a 2-9 record. Cardinals are now 10-1, with 9 of those wins being shutouts. Spring Mills will play host to the number 7 Morgantown Mohegans next Friday at 7 p.m. Last night, Morgantown defeated number 10 Woodrow Wilson 35-10. Woodrow Wilson ends the season with a 6-5 record, and Morgantown is now 8-3 overall. The last of the the games that took place yesterday was the closest one. The number 6 Hurricane Redskins just barely got the 14-13 win against number 11 George Washington. GW ends the year 7-4, and Hurricane is now 8-3 and will play the winner of this afternoon's game between Cabell Midland and Jefferson next week. Speaking of Jefferson, with the West Virginia Supreme Court ruling in favor of the WVSSAC, the original playoff rating formula stayed in place. As a result, the Jefferson Cougars are the 3 seed in the playoffs. Jefferson finished the year on a 6-game winning streak, capped off with a 40-13 win over cross-county rival Washington to end the year with a 7-3 overall record. The Cougars will host the 14th seeded Cabell Midland Knights tomorrow afternoon at 1:30 p.m. Here's Jefferson head coach Craig Hunter's thoughts on Cabell Midland.
You know, they started off the year running more of a spread offense, something new for them, what they've done in the past. For the last 5 games I've seen, they went back to somewhat the old style, what they did, just, kind of a little bit of ground and pound. You never know what they're going to do now. Coming into the playoffs, they might pull out all stops. You never know what we're going to see. We're prepared for everything, but, the last 5 games, what we've seen is a ground and pound. So we're going to pretty much try to focus on that as much as we possibly can and then just get ready for anything else they might throw at us. So I think they might have found their identity within out of those first 5 games and found their identity going into the second half of the season, and it's been able to get on a roll.
The Washington Patriots finished the year 6-4 overall with a 40-13 loss to Jefferson to end the season, along with the Spring Mills game now counting as a loss once again because of the Cardinals winning their injunction case in Berkeley County Circuit Court. The Patriots are the 9th seed in the playoffs, will travel to Parkersburg Saturday afternoon for a matchup with the 8th seeded Parkersburg South Patriots at 1:30. Here's Washington head coach Terry Ray.
We achieved several goals through the regular season, and we saw a lot of growth and a lot of positive stuff happen this year. Our program's going in the right direction. We're trying to get the community behind everything. We told the kids on Saturday at film that we're in uncharted territories for most of the kids on the team because I don't think anybody on our team actually made the playoffs.
The Musselman-Applemen went 1-9 on the field, almost finished 3-7 because of 2 forfeit wins, but end with only 1 extra win via a Martinsburg forfeit to finish 2-8 overall. Musselman's last game of the season was a 29-6 loss at Parkersburg. The Applemen are the 13th seed in the playoffs and will head to the island to take on the 4th seeded Wheeling Park Patriots Saturday at 4 p.m. Here's Musselman head coach Brian Thomas.
They're probably more similar than they are different. They've had a pretty successful season. So, when you're having success, you don't really have to change a lot. Coach Doc does a really good job. He knows how to get his players in the best position and get his playmakers the ball. So he's done that a little bit more. They've kind of figured out ways to move some kids around, get different mismatches. Defensively, they're really well coached and they get after it. So they've grown a lot throughout the season as well. And they do a couple little things different, but they're really good at what they do.
And lastly, the other game taking place today is number 12 University at number 5 Huntington. That concludes the Rocks local markets. Check the playoff schedule. We'll continue more of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show right after this. You're tuned into West Virginia High School playoff football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is Prevent, Promote, Protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
The thing I'm most passionate about with my clients is that 95% of them that come to me, they've never been in trouble in their lives. They've got careers, promising futures, things that matter.
So thankfully, after it was all said and done, I had no DUI and I had no more stress facing me or my family.
When you're on the fence whether to hire a DUI attorney, I always say that you really cannot afford not to. My name is Harley Wagner. My law practice has been exclusively focused on driving under the influence cases throughout the state of West Virginia.
Welcome back to Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium as we continue the W. Harley Miller Systems pre-game show and get you set for kickoff in round one of the Class 4A playoffs here between the top-seeded Martinsburg Bulldogs, the 16th-seeded Parkersburg Big Reds. Parkersburg comes in 4-6 on the year, coming out of a 7-5 season last year in which they lost in the quarterfinals to the state runner-up, the Princeton Tigers. That was a 41-37 game, so very close to getting to the semifinal, but couldn't get past Princeton. And it's been slightly a down year, obviously, since then. However, coming off a big win at home to end the regular season last week, 29-6 against Musselman. However, still, even with that win, you stay as the 16 seed, get the tough draw, against the Bulldogs here this evening. But I don't know. Don't let the record fool you. This team still definitely has some talent throughout this roster this year.
Oh, yeah, they've been somewhat competitive, even some of these losses to some of these teams that are higher up the totem pole in the playoff rankings for them. Week one, granted it's a week one result, so you got to take it with a grain of salt when the teams are playing their first game of the season. They only lost to Morgantown 24-13, and that was a home game for them. And then George Washington, at George Washington, only lost by a touchdown. And of course, you mentioned getting the wins over Musselman, other wins over St. Albans, Capital, and South Charleston. So some teams that were 4A but dropped down to AAA. And only a 9-point loss at Park South as well. Throw that in there. They did have some uncompetitive games against Hurricane and Huntington just a couple weeks ago. Hurricane being in week 3. It's a team that's been up and down. Teams do not throw the ball a lot against Parkersburg. Teams are only averaging 92 yards per game through the air against Parkersburg. Now, teams are rushing the ball a good bit against them. That being said, 2,000 rushing yards allowed on the season so far, so that will probably be an issue today. 6.6 yards per carry that they have allowed so far this year. So they are giving up more points than they have scored overall. They do have almost a 1,000-yard rusher for themselves. Jaquel Shelton, 964 yards and 8 touchdowns on the year, averaging just under 5 yards a carry. Ethan Jones averaging over 7 yards a pop himself on 50 carries throughout the year. So that's about 5 carries per game. And Cooper Kincaid at quarterback.
Clear about what we do. We represent people who have been in car, truck, and other catastrophic accidents. We're here to be a voice for the injured and vulnerable, and we take that job seriously with deep commitment to serving our clients wherever they are. Just Google Skinner Accident Lawyer or visit SkinnerWins.com. We'll treat you like family.
Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information. Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information. prevention.
If you or someone you know suffers from the disease of addiction, help is available from the Berkeley County Quick Response Team with peer recovery coaches and support promptly to the homes of those who've recently experienced an overdose. This collective effort towards recovery brings resources and services to the community, including naloxone and treatment options. Call 304-267-1313 or visit the Berkeley County Recovery Resource Center at 800 Emmett Rouse Drive, Martinsburg. The Berkeley County Quick Response Team is funded through a DHHR grant with the Berkeley Morgan County Health Department.
We welcome you back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. It's now time for our coaches interview, brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons, now joined by head coach of Parkersburg football, Matt Kimes. Coach Kimes, decision finally made by the courts. Playoff is finally here after the delay. I guess first we'll hear what your thoughts are, if you have any comments about the entire situation and us finally being able to have football again.
Well, I think the most important thing is that we are playing, and our players are excited to get after it. And, it was obviously some unknown there, and anytime it's unknown with young people, it's hard to keep them focused. So, we tried to, get the best practice we could the last couple of weeks, not really sure who we were going to be playing. Had an idea of a couple of options, but you never knew for sure until it's finalized. And now it's finalized, we can go ahead and get to work, and excited for the opportunity to go play.
You mentioned not knowing who you guys were going to play, other than maybe a few different opponents that you had to potentially try and prepare for all at once. How difficult was that, trying to, I guess, prep for numerous different teams and now only getting a few days to prepare for the team, which is the top team in the Martinsburg Bulldogs?
Well, I think the way we approached it is, let's get better at what we do. So what we did is we did a lot of just us versus us, our offense versus our defense. We thought we were going to play Jefferson's that first week. So we were trying to, we game plan for Jefferson. And then when it became clear that wasn't going to happen, we kind of transitioned into, like I said, just working on us and not sure who the opponent was going to be, but also knowing that, whoever we played was not going to reinvent the wheel, so to speak. There's only so many things you can do offensively and defensively in this sport. So, and in the conference we play, we feel like we see a little bit of everything. From a wing T offense to a spread offense, and and same thing on defense. There's 3 fronts, 4 fronts, 5 fronts, all that type of thing. So we were more focused on us, and now that we do have an opponent, we're going to get to work hard on them and put the game plan together and watch as much film as we can and get our kids as ready as we can for a really good team.
Before we get to the matchup against Martinsburg, just want to hear your evaluation on your regular season as you guys went 4-6 this year. What'd you like from your team? What are some things that you feel like you still need to get better with building into next season?
Yeah, it was a little bit of a disappointing season in the regular season just because we were coming off a high last year, making the quarterfinals, winning a first-round playoff game at Hurricane, and then going to Princeton and really battling in that game as well and having an opportunity to win that late in the fourth quarter. So we were really close last year to make it to the semifinals, and we thought we would be able to feed off of that and roll into this season. But multiple reasons that didn't happen. We broke in a bunch of new kids and key positions. And also we had an injury bug. Everybody fights injuries, but we lost people early and often. It seemed like we were down, a dozen starters, or at least 2 deep at one point during the season. So, it took us a while to, plug people into the right spots, and it's hard to win, when you got all your guys healthy, let alone when you got a bunch of your key guys out. And not once this year will we have had our day one, who we thought was going to be our starters, August 1. We haven't played a game with that roster at all. We're as healthy as we've been. Going into the last game against Musselman, we were as healthy as we've been, and we're still continuing to get healthy in these last couple of weeks. And we feel like we played our best football game of the season against Musselman, and we were riding high and felt like we had a lot of momentum going into the first round of the playoffs, knowing that it's a win or go home scenario, and that's kind of what we've been talking to the kids about all season was, we knew we were going to get an opportunity in the playoffs with the quad A format and all 16 teams making it. So, our regular season wasn't what we wanted, but we knew if we got everybody healthy and was playing our best football that we could be a pretty good football team. And we showed that against Musselman, and we're excited to continue to build upon that and hopefully put up a good fight Friday against Martinsburg.
Let's now take a look at the matchup. What stands out to you about this year's Martinsburg team that you've been able to see when you're breaking down film?
Well, we just now realized we're going to play them, so it's pretty new. Obviously they're the benchmark program in the state of West Virginia that everybody's trying to get to, and so with that being said, we know that they're we can't beat ourselves, and we're going to have to play our best to compete. They obviously have a lot of playmakers across the board, and the quarterback kind of makes them go in the run game from what we can figure out. And got to be able to slow him down if we can, and maybe try to make them, do something they're not quite as comfortable doing, whatever that it might be. We're not sure. So if we can try to, limit their big plays and hopefully keep them in front of us best we can, and offensively we got to possess the ball and not beat ourselves, and hopefully finish drives with points and not put our defense in bad situations. But we understand it's a big test, but like you said, it's short time, short prep, so hopefully that has a benefit for us too, because we like to think we do a lot of things on offense that gives teams problems, and hopefully that can be a bonus for us.
You mentioned Martinsburg being that benchmark program within the state, and I try to ask every coach I can about the task at hand when you're going up against the Bulldogs, making sure that your team kind of doesn't give up before the game's even underway because of maybe a intimidation just in the name on the front of the jersey alone. How do you make sure that isn't the case for your team and that they're still energized and ready to go and not fearing the big name being Martinsburg?
Well, that's a good point, but I think competitors expect to win, and that's what we have that sign in our locker room, that we expect to win every game we play, and if we don't, we're disappointed. So this isn't any different. We understand it's a really good football team, a great program, and that we're going to take our best effort to compete. But at the same time, these kids have put the work in, the coaches have put the work in. We feel like we've got good football players. We feel like we do good things offensively and defensively and on special teams. And now it just comes down to executing it and seeing what happens. See if we can make plays, right? And if we can make plays, then I think we'll have an opportunity to compete. And at the same time, it's not a fear thing. There's nothing to fear here. We're the 16 seed, they're the 1 seed. Everybody's expecting them to win. But at the same, so there's really no pressure on us. We're just going to go let it fly, so to speak, and go play as hard as we can for as long as we can, and hopefully, in the fourth quarter, if we get a couple breaks and the ball bounces our way a couple times, maybe we'll give ourselves a chance to win at the end. But either way, we're going to go into this game expecting to win. I think that's what competitors do. That's what our program lays our hat on, that we're going into every game feeling like we have an opportunity to win, and this is no different this week.
That was our coach's interview, brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons. Back with more of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show right after this. This is West Virginia High School Football and Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
WVU Medicine Bariatric and Metabolic Surgery, a department of Berkeley Medical Center, offers comprehensive weight loss programs, both medical and surgical, designed to help you obtain a healthy weight and improve your quality of life. Our team at WVU Medicine walks with patients every step of the way, before, during, and after surgery, to provide education, resources, and support. To learn more about WVU Medicine Bariatric and Metabolic Surgery in the Dorothy McCormick Center, call 304-901-7080.
Most insurance companies see you as a claim number. Most law firms see you as a case file. When their top priority is their bottom line, you only get a fraction of the attention that you deserve. At the law firm of Burke, Schultz, Harmon & Jenkinson, it's personal. We listen to our clients to see the whole picture, because every part of you is important. For a team built on relationships and results, call Burke, Schultz, Harmon & Jenkinson at 304-LAWYERS, or visit us at burkeandschultz.com.
Welcome back to Coburn Field at Devin Ayton Walker Stadium as we now take a look at the Martinsburg Bulldogs side of things as we're getting closer and closer to kickoff for the game against the Parkersburg Big Reds. Martinsburg 10-0 on the field, 9-1 technically though, with the ineligible player that was discovered in the Musselman game. They had to now forfeit that and are 9-1, still first though overall here in the playoffs, and it's been a great season so far and don't expect anything less here today.
I think it says a lot that they forfeited a game and we're still number one. That's just kind of the time that we're on with this team. They are pretty incredible on both sides of the ball. Coy Fagan, in my mind, is the best player in the state of West Virginia in 4A. And it's been him on the ground. It's been him through the air. He has 1,136 rushing yards and 19 rushing touchdowns on 126 attempts. That's 9 yards a carry. And then add in that he's thrown 25 touchdowns to 3 interceptions through the air on just under 64% completion percentage, only just under 1,800 yards. So it's about 17 yards per attempt. And they throw the ball about 16 times a game. And that's not nothing. They can throw the ball, they can air it out, or they can pound the ball on the run. Nick Buskey and Brian Dick have combined for over 1,000 rushing yards themselves at running back. And so it's a well-balanced attack, and the defense is great. Kyrie Bunny, 15 receiving touchdowns on 36 catches for 800 yards. It's really hard to beat this team, and nobody's been able to do it yet on the field.
Step aside, take another break on the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. On the other side of that break, we'll hear from Martinsburg head coach Dave Walker, as well as a few Bulldog players. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Drive More Days is back at Carter Myers Automotive, and this year we'll keep you rolling with a $1,000 gas card. Visit any of our locations to take a test drive, and we'll enter you into a drawing to win a $1,000 gas card. With that kind of money, fill up at the pump for the rest of the year, completely on us. Stop in during Drive More Days for your chance to win a $1,000 gas card. Only at Carter Myers Automotive. Owners just care more.
You feel that in the air? The precision passes of expletives thrown from a jersey-clad warrior to his TV, his dog, or anyone that'll listen. It's time for tailgating and showing off those parking lot picnics. Just remember, when you come out of the fourth quarter to 5 new dents, remember Cody's Auto Body is your MVP. I can erase those dents, just not the memory of your team's awful record. I'm Cody with Cody's Auto Body. That's Cody's with a T for f***ing trust.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
I'm Jonathan Bodwell, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, your local Medicare and life insurance agency. We are here to help you navigate the Medicare maze. We represent all of the major carriers, and you do not pay any more to go through us than if you go directly through a carrier. But if you go through us, you have a local professional to help you with all your Medicare needs, not a voice that could be in some other part of the world. Bodwell Insurance Solutions, your local Medicare agency, BodwellInsuranceSolutions.com or 304-283-0864.
Welcome back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. It's now time for our coaches interview, brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first, Parsons. Now joined by the head coach of the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Dave Walker, as well as the Juice Man, Sharif Williams. Been a long while now. Break, everything's finally solved, and it's time for some football. Reef, with the time off, what were some of the things that you got to do?
I mean, practice all week. Had to go to football and stuff.
So same old, no matter what, right?
Yeah,
it's a good thing.
Same old, yeah.
How about you, Coach? Glad things are finally resolved for now and we're finally ready to go?
I am. I know our guys have been chomping at the bits to get out and get back on the field. And it's been 6 weeks since we've played at home, so I know they're excited to play at home.
It's been over a week now waiting here for knowing who you guys were going to play. We know now that it's Parkersburg, but during last week with everything that was unknown, how tough was it for you guys to make sure everybody stayed focused, stayed positive, and at the same time try to figure out who you're going to play to be prepared for it?
Well, we kind of went back and worked on us, did some fundamental stuff, did some things we haven't done for a while, just try to make ourselves better, just like we would maybe during an open week. So we kind of treated it the same way. It was a pretty good week. I always looked at it as, I get an extra week to spend with the guys, so I think it's a good thing.
Regular season comes to an end. You guys 10-0 on the field, 9-1 technically due to a ineligible player 1 week that was discovered. Still, however, the number one seed, as you said, back at home for the foreseeable future up until the state championship game. If you guys make it there, as you said, kind of nice, obviously, being back at home over a month and a half since then. Just overall, any other thoughts about getting that opportunity to once again have this side of the bracket go through Martinsburg?
Well, I'm just happy that we'll get to continue to play, and of course now it's 1 week at a time. So if we don't play well, it'll be the end of it. But we're glad to be at home, and that's kind of your goal each year going in. If you can have enough success during the regular season to be able to play at least 2 playoff games at home. But I think it's a great opportunity for our guys just to get in front of the home crowd.
First round matchup against Parkersburg, a team that finished 4-6 on the year. What have you been able to see with the time that you've had to take a look at them?
Parkersburg has traditionally always had a really good football team. They've got a couple of really good players. I mean, the record doesn't reflect really how good they are. The kids, a couple of their skilled kids are really good players, and their kids running the ball. So it'll be a challenge for us, and it's playoff time, so anything can happen. So we're just excited to get the opportunity to play them.
Change of gears, obviously, for playoffs because it can be a one-and-done scenario. One simple slip-up is a huge difference of advancing a week or losing in the year and the season being over. Putting that mentality in your team, you feel like it's been accomplished, or are there still some things that you guys need to work on here in the final few days and the 1 day of extra prep now that the game's on Saturday?
Yeah, I think we can always do things better. I think we can always get better. Just anytime you have an opportunity to get more repetitions and just get better at the things you need to work on, I think it fares well for your team. So, and today, with having the extra day, we'll just put in some extra work and just make sure we mentally are prepared where we need to be.
Kind of mentioned the skilled guys on the Parkersburg side. What are maybe any other things, big picture-wise, that you're looking at them and making sure that you guys key in on?
Well, I think the return game is pretty good. Their kicking game is pretty decent. Their return game is pretty good. And like I say, they have a lot of tradition. They've won like 16, 17 state championships. Their kids play really hard. And I think it's kind of funny, with the Hurricane, we played them 2 weeks ago. I think they're the Big Reds or the Indians, and then Parkersburg are the Big Reds or the Indians. So, we're playing, it's like we need to sign an Indian treaty or something here. We're playing all these teams with the mascots of the Indians. So, of course, Reef here knows all about the Redskins, right? So do you. So, we're just excited to be playing, and our guys will be excited, definitely, come game time.
All right, Coach, anything else? If not, we'll get to the fun question for you guys. All right, fun question this week. Are you more of a book person or a movie person?
Movie person.
Movie person. Same with you, Coach?
I'm definitely. I'll watch the movie before I'll read the book.
All right, now we're testing your memory as well, making it a two-parter. So since you both said movie, what's the last movie that you watched and when?
Oh, man. It's got to be Harry Potter. I like Harry Potter.
All right, how about you, Coach?
Last movie I watched?
Last movie.
Deadpool and Wolverine, actually.
Right.
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah, it was entertaining.
All right, thank you guys for the time. Appreciate it. Best of luck now here Saturday.
Thank you.
That was our coaches' interviews brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons. Back with more of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show right after this. This is West Virginia High School Football and Talk Radio, WRNR, WRNR TV on YouTube.
November is Lung Cancer Awareness Month. Lung cancer is the leading cause of cancer deaths in the United States, and sadly, West Virginia has a higher rate of lung cancer than the nation as a whole. WV Medicine reminds you that CT lung screenings can save lives. The WVU Cancer Institute at Berkeley Medical Center's Lung Cancer Screening Program provides screenings, evaluations, and counseling for patients at high risk of developing lung cancer. For more information, contact the Lung Cancer Screening Program Nurse Navigator at 304-264-1287.
With a great selection comes great possibilities. And at CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg, the possibilities are endless. Shop our amazing selection of new vehicles like the Ram 1500. And right now, save on new Jeeps like the Wrangler and Grand Cherokee models. Plus, every Jeep purchase comes with our Jeep Wave program. So wherever your possibilities take you, you'll be connected. Shop CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg today. Owners just care more.
You know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Welcome back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. It's now time for our player interviews brought to you by the Marius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy. Give them a call at 304-263-4343. Stop in, schedule an appointment at 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. First joined by offensive and defensive linemen for the Bulldogs, Peyton Kaufman. Peyton, regular season's come to an end. How do you think it went so far?
I think it went good. Well, we went 10-0, but technically 9-1. I think we had a great season. Definitely didn't play to our full capacity, but I think we did good.
You mentioned not playing to the full capacity maybe just yet. You feel like with the time off that you've had, gearing up here for the playoffs, that you guys are in that mode to be playing your best football heading into the postseason?
I think these last 2 weeks we've had really good practice, probably the best 2 weeks of practice we've had all year. I think we're ready.
Strengths and the growth, obviously, are things that you want to see throughout the season as go on progressing week by week. What are some of those things that you feel like you've definitely grown in, not only yourself but as a team from week one up until now?
I think as a team, I think offensively, the O-line has definitely stepped up over the games. Last couple games, we've definitely been able to run the ball better. Passing, we still got to work on a little bit. And defensive line, we've definitely got to the backfield, got to the quarterback faster, and I'm pretty proud of that.
You mentioned it, 10-0 on the field, though technically 9-1 now with the situation and the force of a forfeit. Still, however, number one seed, which means that the road on your guys' side of the bracket still goes through here. How's that feeling and the comfort knowing that whatever you guys do have left up until the state championship, it's here at home?
I like having all games at home. We don't have to travel at all. Get to go to school, get to come out of school, be right here on the field, get to go eat in my favorite place, have a good time. And then I feel like home field advantage definitely takes a big part of playoff games, especially the big ones.
Mentioned food. You want to give them a shout out? What's your favorite place?
Oh, Habanero Mexican Grill. I love you. Please sponsor us.
What's your go-to order?
Oh, definitely shrimp and chicken burrito.
Ooh, that sounds good. I might have to do that now. All right, Parkersburg this week. What's the expectation? What have you seen?
Not big up front, but definitely are agile, pretty fast. My guy's pretty fast, at least. Offensive line, I do have a tough assignment. Not big otherwise, but that's it.
All right, anything else, man?
Hey, let's go Bulldogs.
Now joined by wide receiver and safety for the Bulldogs, Kyrie Bunny. Kyrie, regular season comes to an end. How do you think it's went for you guys?
Good. I'm glad we
it got to face adversity, got to face a challenge. I'm glad we didn't just blow by the season, and I'm glad that we're undefeated, and yeah, just glad we're undefeated and faced adversity. Got to see what it's like, especially when playoffs, because it's definitely going to be harder to get wins in the playoffs against the tougher teams. But yeah,
it's been a long wait now because of the playoffs due to some other circumstances that nobody could really see coming. But what were some things that you and the team did to kind of still keep your mind focused on football and what's to come during the break?
Well, we took practice seriously, first of all, and like every rep, every play, we tried our hardest, even though we didn't have anything to look forward to that week. We just stuck to the basics, worked on the basics so we know how to execute when it comes down. We knew we were going to play again eventually, and just stayed ready for every week. Even if we weren't sure we were going to play that week, we just stayed ready and stuck to the basics.
Parkersburg to begin the playoffs this week. Here at home, what's the mindset heading into this game for you?
Don't take them lightly. Any team, anything can happen. Practice every day. Practice hard. Like, treat it as it's number one in the state, number two in the state. Treat every team the same.
All right. Anything else, Kyrie?
No, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate the time. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Some player interviews brought to you by the Marius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy. Call them today at 304-263-4343. Stop in, schedule an appointment at 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. We're back with more of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show right after this. This is West Virginia High School Football and Talk Radio, WRNR, WRNR TV on YouTube.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
One of the questions lawyers get asked the most is, what is my case worth?
I'm Steven Skinner, and this is my brother Andrew with Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers.
The truth is, it's very difficult for a lawyer to pinpoint a number because every case is different.
We get to know each situation and we'll give you an idea of what your case is worth and why.
The sooner we get involved, the better we can do getting you the compensation you deserve.
Google Skinner Lawyers or go to skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
Order number 2001.
It's not rocket science. Get a 12-piece chicken for $12 at happy hour from 5 to 7 p.m. with the Rocks app. Want the kids to warm up to you? Get a gas fireplace from Roach Energy. Roach Energy. Call 304-263-3329.
Back here for the final segment of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube. This is the West Virginia High School Football Class 4A playoff matchup in round one between the number 1 Martinsburg Bulldogs and the number 16 Parkersburg Big Reds. Winner of this one will advance to the quarterfinal matchup, and we now know the opponent that the winner will have as just going final. It's number 8 Parkersburg South defeating number 9 Washington 24-17 as we now pause for the playing of the national anthem. Now that the national anthem is over, we will get today's starting lineups, brought to you by Bodwell Insurance Solutions, a local professional to help you with all of your Medicare needs. Visit them online at bodwellinsurancesolutions.com or call 304-283-0864. First, for the visitors from Parkersburg, at left tackle, it's Dre Griner. Left guard, DJ Chambliss. Center is Rudy Colombo. Right guard, Andrew Pauly. And at right tackle, it's Jackson Rowe. Your quarterback is Cooper Kincaid. Running back, Jaquil Shelton. At wide receiver, it's Brady Thorne and Zane Lewis. At tight end, it's Braxton Kupfner. Defensively up front for the Big Reds, you have Aeneas Lauderman, Jordan Hess, Jackson Rowe, and Ethan Jones. Linebackers are Zane Lewis, Devin Woodman, and Silas Chevrant. Corners are Connor Petty and Cyrus Backus. At safety, it's Javel Chandler and Jaquil Shelton. For Martinsburg, offensively at left tackle, it's Peyton Kaufman. Left guard, Brady Breeden. Centers, Cade Marshall. Right guard, Xavier Pollard. Right tackle is Jordan Kovacs. Wide receivers getting the start, Kyrie Bunny, Boston Todd, Deshaun Dirting, and Braden Miller. Running back is Nick Buskey. Quarterbacks, Coy Fegan. Offensively, you have Frankie Arias, Xavier Pollard, and Peyton Kaufman on the line. Linebackers are Ty Ricketts, Nick Buskey, Ace Flores, and Brian Dick. Corners are Mason Wally and Kingston McDonald Gibson. And safeties, Coy Fegan and Braden Miller. Let's now get our keys to the game, brought to you by WVU Medicine, Berkeley, and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere.
Well, for Martinsburg, I think it's pretty simple. Don't beat yourself, whether it's penalties, whether it's turnovers, anything like that. I think you come out on this field knowing that you should, if everything goes, if you to plan, so if you follow the game plan, that you should be able to win this one just by being the better team on the field. On Parkersburg's side, I think the key will be to be unpredictable. If there's one way to beat a team that, on paper is better than you, then you got to get them going one way and you're going the other. That's the one way that you're going to be able to consistently get big plays, and they're going to need their senior quarterback to be Superman for them today. Cooper Kincaid, 6'5", 198 pounds. Senior quarterback leadership, he is going to need to step up and have the game of his life today.
Step aside, take our final break, and then we will be back with kickoff. This is West Virginia High School playoff football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
And that concludes today's pregame show.
We play every play like it's the most important play of the game.
Who let the dogs out? Coming up next, it's the starting lineups, opening kick, and play-by-play action of West Virginia high school football. Today's game is being brought to you by
Orsini's Home Store, Century 21 Modern Realty Results, Cody's Auto Body, The Palace Lounge, CMA Honda, the Berkeley County Health Department, Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, Brown's Funeral Home and Cremations, Hagerstown Ford, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, W. Harley Miller Systems, Smallwood and Small Insurance Agency, CMA Chrysler Dodge, WVU East, the law firm of Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, RAI Properties, Parsons Ford, Rocks, John Hardy, Gary Kelly Allstate, and Panhandle Dumpsters.
And now, let's go back to the field and rejoin our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
Welcome back here. It's time for kickoff between the Parkersburg Big Reds and your Martinsburg Bulldogs. Our opening kickoff is brought to you by the Berkeley County Health Department, Prevent, Promote, Protect, offering public, clinical, and environmental services at 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. Kicking off for Parkersburg is Quentin Wright. Back to return for Martinsburg, it looks like, will be Braden Miller and Boston Todd. A kick, a short end-over-end kick that's going to bounce at the 30 and be returned by one of the middlemen for Martinsburg. That is Ty Ricketts, and he's going to be brought down around the 37-yard line. Let's get our intro game officials before the opening drive for the Bulldogs, which is brought to you by Panhandle Dumpsters. Sign up with Panhandle today at panhandledumpsters.com or use promo code TV10 to get your first month free. Referees Brian Collett, umpire Tom Powers, line judge Garrett Hart, Bill Stiles, field judge Earl Falkman, back judge Ron Ash, side judge Gary Barndall. It's a Buskey run on first down, trying to go up the middle, and he's going to be stopped after 2 yards to bring up a 2nd and 8.
Establishing the run early, I think that's going to be the main way that they succeed today. Teams have had success running the ball against Parkersburg over 200 yards a game.
Fegan in shotgun formation. Buskey to his right, 2 receivers to each side. Fegan takes the snap, looks the quick pass on the near side. It's caught by Durding, who tries to cut towards midfield and will be wrapped up, brought down just enough for a first down at the 48-yard line. Martinsburg going with a no huddle, bringing in Brian Dick now at running back as well for the 1st and 10.
Great way to open up the run up the middle is the screen game out wide. Expand the defense, make them go out to the outside the numbers, outside the hash marks.
It's a handoff to Dick, who tries to go right up the middle, but wrapped up and brought down from behind. In on the tackle for Parkersburg is Will Hopkins. So another short run on first down, only for 2 yards to the 50 to make it a 2nd down and 8.
So Jordan Hess at 6 foot, 300 pounds in the middle, number 78 for Parkersburg. He's been physical so far.
Fegan with the quarterback keeper follows Dick and goes to the outside here on the near side numbers and brought down right across the 40. It looks like they say right at the 40 actually is where his knee touched. So again, a first down for Martinsburg on the keeper.
There's Coy Fagan again, averaging over 9 yards a carry so far this year, 1,100 yards plus on the ground at quarterback.
You mentioned the weight of the guys inside. After this play, we'll get you the weights of the guys outside on this defensive line as Fagan drops back the pass, has all the time in the pocket, chucks it deep on the near side. It's caught by Brian Dick at the 10. He's going to power forward and finally be brought down right around the 5-yard line by Cyrus Backus, but it's a big play, making it 1st and goal, Martinsburg.
That's just a great throw by Coy Fagan. He has the time. Pressure isn't getting there behind the great offensive line. Throws the wheel route to Dick.
They marked Dick down at the 8, and it's now a quarterback draw for Fagan, who gets to the 5 to bring up a 2nd and goal. As I mentioned, I wanted to take a look at those defensive ends, Ethan Jones and Aeneas Lauderman, both 5'9", 175 pounds, 185 pounds, respectively, there. So anticipate Martinsburg's line to have their way with at least those 2 guys, unlike the interior, which is 250 and 300 pounds.
Yeah, run some outside zone and power run plays like they get right here.
Yep, Fagan goes outside to the near side and into the end zone untouched for a Martinsburg touchdown with 9:31 left in the first. It's Martinsburg 6, Parkersburg nothing.
And that's really been Martinsburg's best play. I like to call it an easy button. They just say, hey, when we're in a jam, even if we're not in a jam, we're down like a situation like this, we're 5 yards from the end zone, we want to get a touchdown on this play. The easy button play for them has been running the ball with Coy Fagan. And to the outside like that. Outside the tackle, get a little bit of time for blocks to develop, and he gets it in the end zone.
Collins' extra point kick is up and good, making it 7-0 as we step aside, take a 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Most insurance companies see you as a claim number. Most law firms see you as a case file. When their top priority is their bottom line, you only get a fraction of the attention that you deserve. At the law firm of Burke, Schultz, Harmon & Jenkinson, it's personal. We listen to our clients to see the whole picture, because every part of you is important. For a team built on relationships and results, call Burke, Schultz, Harmon & Jenkinson at 304-LAWYERS, or visit us at burkeandschultz.com.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music. or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at whmsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
We welcome you back here. The kickoff goes into the end zone for a touchback from Sam Collins as we now get our scoring drive summary brought to you by Floor Pools. Make every day better with a hot tub or swimming pool from Floor Pools.
6 plays, 60 yards for Martinsburg on the back of a 32-yard pass from Coy Fagan to get him to Brian Dick to get him down inside the goal line, and then a 5-yard touchdown run by Fagan to make it 7-0.
Yep, 9:31 here in our opening quarter. First time getting to see the Big Red offense led by Cooper Kincaid at quarterback. There's 2 running backs next to him. Shifts a man in motion. That's Shelton to the outside. It's a draw, though, however, with Ethan Jones. And Jones able to run to the near side hash marks and get across the 25 to the 26-yard line to make it 2nd down and 4.
Jones has had a pretty good season. He only averages about 5 carries per game, but he's averaging over 7 yards a carry. We'll see if they can get him going, confuse Martinsburg a little bit with the split back look, although they don't have him back there again for the 2nd down.
Nope, it's Kincaid. Lined up behind him is Shelton, 2 receivers to the far side, and it's a handoff to Shelton, who tries to go up the middle, but right into the arms of Kovacs and Urias. That's going to be a loss of 2 on the run, making it 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, that was just a more traditional run up the middle, and that time the Martinsburg defensive front blew it up, pushed back the offensive line.
Kincaid, shotgun formation. Shelton to his right, 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side for the 3rd and 6 from the 24. Send in motion, left to right, goes the receiver. It is a play-action pass that is immediately blown up as all 3 defensive linemen break through of Martinsburg. Kaufman, Pollard, and Urias bring down Kincaid, and that's going to be a quick 3-and-out for Parkersburg's offense as a loss, putting the ball now at the 19-yard line, so a sack of 5 yards on that play.
It's just absolutely dominant defensive line play on that time. Kincaid had no time to do anything.
Quentin Wright back to punts, and it's almost blocked, and that's going to bounce at the 40-yard line and roll out of bounds at the 49-yard line of Parkersburg. With 7:37 left in the first, Martinsburg gets the ball back, leading Parkersburg 7-0. Tried to see Quentin Wright with a little bit of acting there. Went down after the punt, trying to draw a flag and didn't get it. Miller just let it bounce and roll out of bounds on the far side. Fagan, shotgun formation, Dick to his right. 2 receivers to each side here for the 1st and 10 at the 49. Fagan takes the snap, rolls to his right, looking to pass, chucks it deep, has a man wide open. It's Kyrie Bunny who catches it at the 10 and will walk into the end zone for a Martinsburg touchdown. It only took 1 play to go 49 yards, and with 7:28 left in the first, it's now Martinsburg 13, Parkersburg nothing. Looked like just some broken coverage there by Cyrus Backus, losing Kyrie Bunny, and Martinsburg made him pay.
So that's what a dual threat quarterback does for you. It doesn't just set up, hey, we think they're going to pass, but actually the quarterback's running it. It can be the opposite way. Coy Fagan rolls out. They think he's going to run the ball like he just did for the touchdown. Eyes are in the backfield for the DB, and Kyrie Bunny gets past them.
Extra point kick by Page up and good. We'll take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football and Talk Radio, WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Mother Shuckers. Fresh Florida stone crab straight from the boat to your throat. Blue crabs, king, snow, Dungeness, all available year-round. Try and find that anywhere else around here. Homemade soup specials every day. Mother Shuckers is located at 1014 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Mother Shuckers, we have an opinion. If you don't like it, shuck it up, Buttercup. Come on over to Mother Shuckers.
Live, it is 14-0 already. There's 4.5 minutes into the ball game. The Bulldogs, Parkersburg Big Reds. Sam Collins tracing his steps, ready to kick off for Martinsburg. Collins kick. A low line drive that's going to bounce at the 8 and right past Backus into the end zone for a touchback. Don't really need your help here for the scoring drive summary. Dylan, it only took one play, 49-yard touchdown pass from Fegan to Bunny. And the scoring drive summary is brought to you by Flora Pools. Make every day better with a hot tub or swimming pool from Flora Pools, which has locations in Martinsburg, Chambersburg, and Hagerstown, including a brand new pop-up shop inside the Valley Mall in Hagerstown. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for Parkersburg. Kincaid, running backs right next to him. And go with the play action. He rolls out to his right, hit as he throws by Frankie Arias, and his pass goes out of bounds, intended for Isaac Daly, which will bring up a 2nd and 10.
It was good coverage by Braden Miller that time. It looked like man-to-man coverage across the board on the play action pass, and just there's nobody open. Did his best to try to fit it into the tight window, but it's great coverage.
7:23 left here in the first, as the Big Reds break the huddle for the 2nd and 10 at the 20. Kincaid as Shelton to his left. 2 receivers near side, 1 on the far side. Martinsburg, it looks like, might be sending some pressure as now motion up front draws a flag. The flag is a false start against Parkersburg, so that'll put the ball at the 15 on the 5-yard penalty and make it a 2nd down and 15.
It's our first penalty of the game, and obviously Parkersburg cannot afford to get behind the sticks with how their offense has started.
Hopefully we don't have as many penalties as we did yesterday in the Spring Mill Sedgesville game.
That'd be hard to beat.
Man in motion from right to left. Kincaid gets it, immediately fires it to the near side. And it is caught by Zane Lewis. And Lewis on the screen tries to follow his blockers, gets across the 15 to the 17-yard line. So that'll bring up a 3rd down, 13 to go.
Martinsburg looks like they've had no effect of any sort of rust by having an extra week off that they weren't expecting to have. They have come out to absolutely on fire on both sides of the ball.
I believe there was a penalty called, however, it was declined. I saw the official making some signals. Didn't see what the official call was. So 3rd down. Kincaid sends another man in motion from right to left. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it off to Shelton, who runs up the middle. And a few linebackers join the party of the defensive line to bring him down. It's another 3 and out for Parkersburg as the run only got to the 19-yard line, and they needed to get to the 30. So 4th and 11, on comes the punt team with Quentin Wright standing at the 5-yard line. Back to return around the 50 is Martinsburg's Braden Miller. And the punt is blocked. Ball on the ground. Scooping it up is Brian Dick. And he's going to go into the end zone for a Martinsburg touchdown with 6:02 left in the first. It is now Martinsburg 20, Parkersburg nothing.
They got really close to blocking the last one. So I can't say I'm surprised they got to it this time. Just Parkersburg punt team, I don't think, did a very good job. When there's 3 guys that get back towards the punter, that's your blocking coverage right there. That's Parkersburg is going to have to do a lot better because the defense of Martinsburg is probably going to force a lot more punts.
Collins extra point kick. 50 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg. 50 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg. We're back here live at Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium, and as expected, it is Martinsburg just dominating Parkersburg so far. Not even 6 minutes into the first quarter, it is 21-0 Bulldogs. It's Collins on to kick off. It's going to be an onside kick, and Parkersburg's Zane Lewis backs up gets it, and immediately goes down at the 45-yard line.
Well, you are giving Parkersburg some pretty good field position here, but that has yet to be an issue for the Martinsburg defense so far. It's been 2 3-and-outs that they've forced. So see if Parkersburg can do anything well with this now. Now that they've gotten some time seeing the Martinsburg defense, seeing some of the fronts and the looks and coverages that they're going to, see if they can adjust and get some yards.
Kincaid, shotgun formation, running back to his right. Shifting H back in motion as the tight end Braxton Kuffner went from the left side to the right side and get a false start penalty called against Parkersburg immediately when Kuffner went in motion. So that'll make it a 1st and 15 now at the 40-yard line of the Big Reds.
Again, just putting yourself behind the sticks for no reason.
And that is a pass that is completed in the middle of the field by Titan Parsons. And that will be a 1st down, I think.
It looks like it. Looks like they're giving them 16 yards on 1st and 15. Parsons making the play on the RPO. A nice little adjustment from the Parkersburg offensive play calling.
By the way, being told that punt getting the touchdown on the block was actually Dillard, not Brian Dick, so my apologies there. As Kincaid, deep shot, overthrown, pass intended for Zane Lewis. I'll make it a 2nd and 10.
When I said in my keys of the game that, Kincaid needed to have the game of his life here, those are the kind of passes he needs to complete. Martinsburg off the play action, you get a little bit of room over the top. It is a hard throw to make, but it is the type of throws that he will need to make if Parkersburg has any shot of getting back into this.
So, 5:26 left in the first. 2nd down and 10. Ball at the 44. Kincaid gets the snap. A look to his right and then immediately just ran it himself. Tried to gate back to the line of scrimmage, but lost a yard, maybe a yard and a half. It's on the backside of the 45-yard line here for a 3rd down and 12.
The defensive line for Martinsburg has been having their way with especially the interior of the Parkersburg line. Kovacs and Pollard up front.
Send a man out. As Kincaid drops back to pass, it's a tunnel screen on the inside that is caught by the tight end Kuffner. And Kuffner gets across the 45 and brought down at the 42-yard line. A gain of about 4 yards. But that is not enough for a 1st down, so on comes the punt team again here for Parkersburg. It's Quentin Wright back to punt, back to return for Martinsburg's Braden Miller. Wright gets it and shanks the punt. It goes straight up into the air, bounces at the 35 and rolls backwards to the 37-yard line. So punt's of 5 yards.
Well, maybe the punt block team got into the head of the punter a little bit. They didn't bring the pressure that time, so he had plenty of time to get that one off. I think he was overcompensating for the fact that he wanted this ball to not, bounce back into the end zone for a touchback.
So 1st and 10. Svegan alone in the backfield, takes a snap, rolls to the near side, pass just too far ahead of Boston Todd and off his hands, incomplete.
Yeah, just a little off on that one. He would have had some room to run.
So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 at the 37 for Martinsburg with 4:03 left in the first. It's Martinsburg 21, Parkersburg nothing. 3 receivers lined up here on the near side, one on the far side. Fagan shotgun formation, running back to his right, and it'll be a handoff to that back. And this time it is Terrell Cofield trying to go up the middle, and Cofield is brought down around the 39-yard line, so only a 2-yard run will bring up a 3rd down and 8. Interesting to see him out there. He's the 3rd-string running back. However, your 1st-string running back, Nick Buskey, currently sitting alone here right below us on the bench, so not sure if he might be injured or not. Parkersburg sends a blitz as Fagan drops back to pass. It's a screen pass to Cofield on the far side, and there goes Cofield. 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Martinsburg. They saw the pressure, set up the screen, and it worked to perfection for a 61-yard touchdown pass. With 3:20 left in the first, it's now 27-0 Martinsburg leading Parkersburg.
It was a perfectly timed screen call from Martinsburg. Parkersburg's bringing the blitz. Your only hope on that kind of play is that the man that's should have Cofield, or if that was a zone blitz, there is no man at all, can find him through the mess of all the linemen. But there was nobody there.
Collins extra point kick up and good, making it 28-0 as we step aside, take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio, WRNR, and WRNR TV on YouTube.
My friends, it's Cody with Cody's Auto Body. Now, I love Old St. Nick as much as the next guy, but newsflash, it's November. The only spirit moving in me before Thanksgiving is the beer coursing through my veins. Before you start flinging your Christmas cheer all over everyone, and really in today's world, you should ask permission first. Stop by the shop and make sure your ride doesn't look like it was run over by a reindeer. I'm Cody with Cody's Auto Body. That's Cody's with a T for trust.
We are back here for another Martinsburg kickoff as the Bulldogs lead the Parkersburg Big Reds 28-0 with 3:20 left in the first. Sam Collins looking over here to the near side while he places the ball on his tee at the 40-yard line, far side hash marks. Colin McLaughlin for Talk Radio, WRNR, and WRNR TV on YouTube. Alongside me is Dylan Bishop on the call, on-site producer John Alderton, cameraman's Matt Miller, back at the studios Nick Verzolini, and this is a booming kick that's going to go into the end zone by Collins for a touchback as we now get our scoring drive summary brought to you by Floor Pools. Make every day better with a swimming pool or, at this time of year, a hot tub from Floor Pools.
It's 3 plays from Martinsburg to go 63 yards. 61 of them on the touchdown. The screen pass from Coy Fagan to Terrell Cofield.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line for Parkersburg as Cooper Kincaid and the Big Red offense break the huddle. Got Shelton lined up behind Kincaid, 3 receivers on the far side. It's a handoff to Shelton. Runs into a man, kind of pauses, tries to find a hole, and is only able to get to the 21-yard line. Lost the ball, but they say he was down as Peyton Coffin came out with it and wanted to advance.
He's still
but
down.
The play was ruled dead, and yes, we have a injury timeout now for Shelton as we will step aside and take a 30-second break for the injured player. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio, WRNR, and WRNR TV on YouTube.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
We welcome you back here to Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium. The injured Parkersburg Big Red player is slowly being helped up now at the 20-yard line. As that is the running back, Shelton, is walking off under his own power to the far side. Our first quarter is brought to you by W. Harley Miller Systems, providing custom integration services like home and office automation, home theater networking, audio video distribution, and more. Call 304-350-1931 or visit WHMsystems.com, as well as Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Visit them online at fordofhagerstown.com. Second down and 9 at the 21-yard line for Parkersburg. 3:06 left in the first. Kincaid takes the snap, hands it off to his running back, who spins through the arms of Ace Flores, but then is brought down by Peyton Kaufman, as in on the carry this time is Ethan Jones. And Jones only gets back to the line of scrimmage. No, he actually lost a yard, so make it 3rd and 10 at the 20.
They have just not been able to move any guys on the defensive line. The Bulldogs are having no trouble stuffing the run.
3rd and 10 at the 20. 2.5 left in the first. Clock rolling down. It's a 28-0 Bulldog lead so far. Kincaid alone in the backfield. Takes a snap, drops back, looking to pass, steps up, throws a pass low at the feet of his intended receiver in the middle of the field. That was Devin Weidman. And that'll be another 3 and out for Parkersburg. Bring on the punt team yet again here in the first.
The interior for Parkersburg South, their center is only 5'10", 207, and their left guard is only listed at 5'6", 200 pounds, going up against Jordan Kovacs and Xavier Pollard, and it shows so far.
High snap, Wright's punts, though, a beauty as Miller runs forward and will fair catch it at the 48-yard line of Parkersburg. With 2:11 left now in the first. Bulldogs get the ball back, already up 28-0 against Parkersburg, trying to get that lead out to even further.
By comparison, Jordan Kovacs listed at 6'1", 230. Xavier Pollard listed at 6'1", 265. So it is shown that the interior of the Parkersburg offensive line has not been able to stop the interior rush.
Fagan bobbles the snap, picks it up, and now runs to the far side. Has space at the 40, jukes past a man. Inside the 45, and now pushed out of bounds around the 31-yard line. So broken play, still enough for a first down as he gets to the 30. So an 18-yard run.
That's what Coy Fagan does. He can erase negative plays like that.
Fagan shotgun formation, Dick to his right. Go with the jet sweep from behind to Boston. Todd on the near side, continuing to cut outside the numbers and down the sideline at the 20, at the 15. He's pushed out of bounds at the 10-yard line. So a gain of 20 for a first down for Martinsburg.
That's been a staple of the playbook. Boston Todd with the ball in his hand with the toss on the orbit motion behind the quarterback. He did a fantastic job of following his blocks that time and using the vision to see where he had the most open room.
Two receivers to each side, one stacked behind the other. They send Miller in motion from right to left as Fagan takes the snap, throws it to Miller in motion on the far side, who makes the catch, advances upfield, and goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Minute 45 left in the first now. It's 34-0. Martinsburg leads Parkersburg.
And Martinsburg's just too fast for them to handle. Whether it's Miller or Todd or Bunny or Fagan, Cofield even, they just have so much speed that they can throw at you from any part of the field that it's hard to key in on any one person.
Collins' extra point kick is up and good to make it 35-0. We'll step aside, take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football and Talk Radio, WRNR, WRNR TV on YouTube.
Have you been smoking? I can smell it. Hickory. I'm gonna watch you smoke the whole pack.
Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
Have you been smoking? I can smell it. Hickory. I'm gonna watch you smoke the whole pack.
Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
We welcome you back here. It is 35-0. Martinsburg leads Parkersburg here in the Class 4A Round 1 matchup between the 1 seed and the 16 seed in the playoffs. Sam Collins on to kick off for Martinsburg. It's a low line drive that's going to be caught at the 5-yard line. In stride goes the return man across the 15 and loses the ball, but they say he was down. As in on the return was Connor Petty. Get our scoring drive summary brought to you by Floor Pools.
3 plays, 47 yards for Martinsburg to get into the end zone. And it's Braden Miller, 10-yard receiving touchdown from Coy Fagan to make it 35-0.
Petty with a 13-yard return, they say. Got to the 18, so it's a 1st and 10 for Parkersburg. Minute 39 left in the first. 2 receivers to the right side of Kincaid, 1 to his left. Send a motion man from right to left as Kincaid takes the snap. Play action pass, looks to the near side. Now to avoid pressure, lost the ball, but they say his arm was moving forward, so it'll be an incomplete pass as Parkersburg, one of the linemen, was able to scoop it up anyway. But that'll bring up a 2nd and 10 now from the 18.
Kincaid can't really do much if his offensive line's not going to hold up. It just doesn't have time. There's no time for routes to develop. And it makes it so hard to move the ball, and especially when you can't go back to the run because the defensive line is blowing those plays up too.
Kincaid in the gun. Motions is running back to his right side. 2 receivers to the left, an extra blocker on the right. The tight end who now motions to the left. Go with a play action. It's a pass on the far side caught by the tight end, Braden Kupfner. And he's going to tiptoe down the sideline before being forced out of bounds at the 27-yard line, which will bring up a 3rd down. Trying to see where they need to get to as the chain gain was moving. And that's because now they say it actually was a 1st down. So a 1st and 10 at the 27. Kincaid was with the fake handoff, spin around, and eventually does hand it off. I believe that was to Kupfner. No, excuse me, Ethan Jones on the carry. Jones gets across the 30 to the 32-yard line to bring up a 2nd down and 5.
They're going to need to do more running plays like that where there's some sort of misdirection where Martinsburg might know you're running the ball, but they might not know right away where it's going or who it's going to.
Kincaid. It's the snap. Hands it off to Jones, who has a big hole up the middle. Sheds off Flores, but now is brought down by Dillard.
Might be about a half a yard short, or are they going to give it to him?
Looks like they're going to give it to him. Got to the 37-yard line, so a 5-yard run makes it 1st down Parkersburg. Now it looks like that's going to be the final play of our first quarter. It is Martinsburg 35, Parkersburg nothing. We'll step aside and take a 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football and Talk Radio, WRNR, and WRNR TV on YouTube.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows, whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit ErieInsurance.com for a quote. Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
We welcome you back here for the start of quarter number 2. It is a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line for Parkersburg. Martinsburg looks like might be sending the blitz as they expect a run, and it is a run. Bouncing off a man is the running back who gets across the 40-yard line before being brought down, as that is Lauderman on the carry. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 6.
They've actually found a little bit of success running the ball on this drive. See if it keeps up. Again, it's been a little bit of the types of run that aren't so straightforward. Get a little bit of motion, misdirection.
So 2nd and 6, Kincaid shotgun formation. Motions his tight end over. It's a low snap that he's able to get, and I'll quickly hand it off to Ethan Jones, and Jones gets near the 45. They say his forward progress was stopped at the 44-yard line, so that'll make it a 3rd down and 2. It's Pollard in on the tackle for Martinsburg. Parkersburg keeping everybody fresh on the outside as well. Every play swapping out their receivers so far here this drive. Break the huddle with 10 seconds left on the play clock. One receiver, the numbers on the far side of the field. 2 tight ends on the right side of the line. It's in a fullback in motion. It's a quick pass to the tight end on the near side who catches it. It's Kupfner. Hand fighting now with Kyrie Bunny and is tackled from behind. In making the tackle is Frankie Arias. But Kupfner able to get to Martinsburg's 49-yard line. It's enough for a big red 1st down. Parkersburg slowly starting to figure something out here this drive.
Yeah, Kupfner on the season, only 15 catches. He has 3 already today, only 1 touchdown catch. There's only 1 player on Parkersburg in general with more than 1 touchdown catch, Brady Thorne, that we haven't seen so far.
Kincaid shifts his tight end again over, and he never got set while the ball was being snapped, so that's a false start penalty called against Parkersburg.
I should say we haven't called Brady Thorne's name. He is the outside receiver on the left side for Parkersburg right now.
So the 5 yards are marked off. Ball now at the 46-yard line of Parkersburg. 1st and 15 with 9:50 left in the 2nd quarter. It is Martinsburg 35, Parkersburg nothing.
And with the way that they're sort of matriculating the ball down the field on this drive, that's going to be killer. That's their 3rd false start penalty in just over a quarter.
5 seconds left on the play clock. 3 receivers to the left, none to the near side here as Kincaid gets the snap. We'll hand it off to Ethan Jones as Jones tries to cut to that left side of the line and then cuts in. He's going to be tackled at the 48-yard line. And that'll make it a 2nd down and 13.
You know, even though it makes it hard to mount a comeback with the time of possession, this is keeping the ball out of the hands of the Martinsburg offense, making it harder for them to run the score up even further.
Kincaid sends Jones out wide. Gets the snap, steps back to pass, and it's picked off by Martinsburg. Who is it? It looks like it's Dillard, and Dillard's going to go into the end zone for another touchdown. Michael Dillard with the pick 6 with 8:44 left to go in the 2nd. Makes it Martinsburg 41 and Parkersburg nothing.
Well, now, obviously, we have to get Dillard in at running back down at the goal line and score him a touchdown on offense. So he can score in all 3 phases.
Actually, that was Ty Ricketts, I think, now that I'm looking down there. These numbers being bunched up. Might have been a 12 instead of an 18.
I think it was Dillard. I think you had it right the first time, Colin.
Okay. Yep. We're going to stick with it for now and see on our YouTube if
he was
we
just
can
on the
figure
block.
it out.
He was on the field goal block.
That's why. He had to stay out there, which is why nobody was celebrating here on the sideline. PAT up and good, making it 42-0. Let's keep it here. Looks like things are trying to move quickly down below. Our second quarter brought to you by Brown Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields & Sons, family-owned full-service funeral home, proudly serving the area since 1880, as well as Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, located at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons. Nick giving us the confirmation, I think, back at the studio as well, that our original inkling was correct, that it was Dillard.
Yeah, Dillard's taken the spot of Nick Buskey, who has not moved from that spot on the bench since you called it out a while ago in the first quarter. So he must be banged up in some sort of way. Tried to give it a go, but it hasn't been. He just hasn't been able to. So
yep, and Dillard now calling for some water or Gatorade to be brought over to him and Kyrie Bunny, who's sitting right now next to Nick Buskey.
And watching the replay, it looks like cover two, and Dillard just reads the underneath pass and jumps in front of it.
Collinson's a end-over-end kick that's going to be caught around the 6-yard line by Brady Thorne, the freshman, and he's going to get it to the 19-yard line. 8:39 left here in the second quarter. It's Martinsburg 42, Parkersburg nothing.
It may have been cover three, actually, as I'm looking at this. But either way, that's the middle of the field is the responsibility of Dillard on that play. He sees the drag route coming over, and he is able to jump in front of it.
Parkersburg breaks the huddle with the 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line. Kincaid is going to put Jones now slightly behind him, receiver to each side. Kincaid gets the snap, fakes the handoff to Jones, turns, throws a pass in the near side to his tight end, Kupfner. Kupfner immediately wrapped up, spun around, and brought down. And that'll be a loss of 2 on the play as Fagan gets there, and that'll make it a 2nd down and 12 at the 16-yard line, or 17-yard line.
That was a nice play by Fagan. To get out to the flat, make the play. I think Parkersburg is just willing to run down the clock on every play.
Yeah, they break the huddle with 10 seconds left on the play clock. Have to go quickly though.
Yeah,
everybody kind of jogging to the spot. They send a man in motion, get the snap off just in time. It's going to be a delayed quarterback draw, and it's a smart play for Kincaid as he's tackled at the 29-yard line. It's enough for a 1st down,
but it's coming back, though.
It looks like it is going to get called back for a holding. There's a flag down around the 15-yard line. It's being confirmed that it is a holding penalty called against Parkersburg.
Chances are that the hold is what opened up the play on that side from where it was thrown. It was a good run by Kincaid.
So that'll keep it 2nd down. Ball now spotted at the 9-yard line. So 2nd and 20. As Parkersburg breaks the huddle. Kincaid, Jones lined up to his left. 2 receivers on the far side, and now they bring one more over as Gregory was supposed to be over on that far side as well. Gregory sets. Snap back to Kincaid. He rolls to the left, looking to pass, and it's high, but brought in by Gregory. And he'll run downfield, get across the 15, and brought down at the 16-yard line. So 7-yard completion. That'll make it now a 3rd down and 13.
I think it's 7 yards on a 2nd and 20. That's not bad.
Parkersburg making sure they have everybody in the huddle. Got Kincaid looking over for the play. They break the huddle this time with 13 seconds left on the play clock. two running backs in the backfield alongside Kincaid. They now motion Jones out, but it's a handoff to the other back who tries to go up the middle. I believe that was Lauderman that time, and he's only able to get a yard, and that'll make it 4th down as, again, Parkersburg will punt. Got 6:10 clock rolling here in the second quarter. It's right back the punt. Miller standing at the 50 to return. Punt is away. Bounces at the 46. Will go out of bounds on the far side at the Martinsburg 43-yard line. With 5:58 left in the second quarter, the Bulldog offense comes back out onto the field. They lead it 42-0.
The Parkersburg rushing attack so far, they've been able to gain 27 yards on the ground. If you add in some of their negative plays here, I think that brings them back down to 20 net rushing yards on the day. On a good bit of attempts.
Fegan, that's the snap. I'll hand it off to his running back. It's Brian Dick, able to power through and be wrapped up by a few Parkersburg Big Reds as he gets out to the 46-yard line. And we have a stoppage for a injured Parkersburg Big Red, so we'll step aside and take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio, WRNR, and WRNR TV on YouTube.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Injured Parkersburg player is up. That is Braxton Kupfner, walking gingerly back to the far side of the field. Timeouts brought to you by the Larry DeMarco team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results. Looking for a home in the tri-state area? Call the Larry DeMarco team at 304-250-3551. It is a 2nd down and 7 at the 46-yard line for Martinsburg as Fegan in the gun takes the snap. Scrambles to the near side, looking deep, chucks it deep, has Boston Todd in double coverage, and he somehow got it. He had to fight for the ball alongside Parkersburg's Cyrus Backus, but Todd wins the battle and is brought down at the 18-yard line of Parkersburg for the 1st down.
Wow, but give credit to Brian Dick for the backside block that kept Fagan from having some time there to throw that ball to get it off. And then a fantastic catch by Boston Todd.
Fegan in the gun. Dick lined up to his left. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the near side. They go with a handoff to Dick, who hands it off to Todd on the sweep to the near side, and Todd patiently weaves through traffic and will go into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs, with 5:06 left now in the second quarter. It is 48-0, Martinsburg leading Parkersburg.
They're putting some new stuff on tape there with the.
That's going to be fun for Parkersburg South to have to watch next week.
Right. There's sometimes I might say, I think there's 2 ways to look at it. You can say, oh, why are you putting that play on tape against, in a situation like this? Whereas you could also say, let's put it on tape to make the next team that we play have to think about it. Some extra things to think about.
Extra point kick up and good, making it 49-0 Martinsburg as we step aside, take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio, WRNR, and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Here for another Martinsburg kickoff for Sam Collins. It is 49-0. Martinsburg leads Parkersburg with 5:06 left in the second quarter. Collins on the kick. 3 men standing back there ready to return for Parkersburg. As Collins sends a end-over-end kick that's going to go over the head of the return man on the near side, Hunter Levitt, and it rolls into the end zone for a touchback. Get a scoring drive summary brought to you by Floor Pools. Make every day better with a swimming pool or a hot tub from Floor Pools.
Well, in just 3 plays, Martinsburg goes down the field in 73 yards to Boston Todd doing most of the work there, including the 17-yard touchdown on the end around, the reverse for the touchdown.
1st and 10 at the 20 for Parkersburg. Kincaid marking out the call to his lineman. He goes in shotgun formation. Sends his tight end in motion from the right side of the line to the left side. Takes the snap, hands it off to his running back. And that is Jones, who's able to pick up about half a yard, if that, bring up second down. I think they moved the nose of the football just slightly.
Yeah, it's about a half yard further. Give him about a half yard, round up the 1, give it to him.
So 2nd and 9. 2 receivers on the near side, 1 to the far side for Kincaid. Gets the snap. Play action pass. It's a quick slant caught in the middle of the field, and that is Titan Parsons, who's going to be brought down at the 28-yard line. That'll make it a 3rd down and 2.
They were able to hit that earlier. Just a little RPO. Running back, the linebackers come up to defend the run, and Kincaid has the option to pull it out of the stomach of the running back and throw that slant route.
4 minutes left and a rolling clock here in the second quarter. Parkersburg with a 3rd and 2 at its 28-yard line. They go with Jones alongside Lauderman to the left and right of Kincaid. Extra blockers to the left side of the line now. Kincaid spins, fakes the handoff to both men, and will keep it himself as his second effort only got him a yard. So that'll bring up a 4th and 1.
I think they're even lucky if they call that a yard, but it does set up maybe a yard and a half on 4th down.
So 4th down, about a yard and a half maybe, as the Martinsburg side will bring in Aiden Simpson, bigger lineman up front, expecting a run here on the 4th down and a yard and a half. Kincaid gets the snap, keeps it himself, tries to go up the middle, gets very close to the 30-yard line.
I think he has it.
And we'll wait to see if the officials give it to him or not.
Yep, they're telling him to move the chains.
And they will. So 1st down Parkersburg with 2:55 left in the second quarter. Parkersburg taking its time. The play clock just, however, started. Break the huddle, go 4 wide receivers this time, 2 to each side for Kincaid. Kincaid will hand it off to Jones. Jones runs forward through the hole up the middle and will be tripped up at the 33-yard line to make it a 2nd down and 7.
Jones has actually been pretty successful running the ball so far. He's got 8 carries. Only one of them has gone for a negative gain. I think overall he's at 24 yards on his 8 carries so far.
So Kincaid this time has Jones and Lauderman lined up next to him. Sends Lauderman out wide on the far side, fakes the handoff to Jones, steps back looking to pass, and he throws the pass on the far side, and having to dive for it was Zane Lewis. It goes off his hands into the turf, which stops the clock with the incompletion, With a minute 49 left in the second quarter, it will be a 3rd down and 7 at the 33-yard line. Martinsburg 49, Parkersburg nothing is our score here in round 1 of the playoffs.
It's really just one of Martinsburg's most dominant halves of football that I think we've seen them play all season.
Yeah. 3rd and 7. Kincaid takes the snap, drops back, looking to pass, and overthrows his receiver, Titan Parsons, who was going on the underneath route, and that'll bring up 4th down. Decision time here, down 49-0. As of right now, it appears that Parkersburg's going to keep the offense out there, and why not? Don't really have anything else to lose here today.
Yeah. No, not really.
Just playing for pride right now.
Yeah.
A minute 44 left. Clock stopped here in the second quarter, and it appears we'll get a timeout taken by Parkersburg. So we'll step aside, take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube. Back in 30.
I'm Jonathan Bodwell, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, your local Medicare and life insurance agency. We are here to help you navigate the Medicare maze. We represent all of the major carriers, and you do not pay any more to go through us than if you go directly through a carrier. But if you go through us, you have a local professional to help you with all your Medicare needs, not a voice that could be in some other part of the world. Bodwell Insurance Solutions, your local Medicare agency, BodwellInsuranceSolutions.com or 304-283-0864.
We welcome you back here. Parkersburg used a timeout, which is brought to you by the Larry DeMarco team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results. Looking for a home in the tri-state area? Call the Larry DeMarco team at 304-250-3551 or visit them online at www.modernrealtyresults.com. It is a 4th down and 7 at the 33-yard line of Parkersburg. That looks like the offense is still going to stay out there for the Big Reds. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Tight end lined up the left side of the line. They send Jones out wide now to the near side as Kincaid takes the snap, steps up in the pocket, and runs right into Xavier Pollard, who brings him down. Turnover on downs. Martinsburg will get the ball back just outside the red zone at the 25-yard line with a minute 39 left in the second quarter.
I think Xavier Pollard is making himself a real good case for player of the game in this one. He has just been impossible for Parkersburg to stop.
2 receivers to each side. Fegan at quarterback. Terrell Cofield at running back to his right. Fegan gets the snap, drops back, looking to pass, steps up in the pocket, floats a pass deep into the end zone, and in and out of the hands at the last second by Deshaun Durding. That'll bring up a 2nd down now at the 25.
And that's only the 2nd incompletion from Coy Fagan. The other one also went off the hands of his receivers, although, maybe I think both of those you could put on him a little bit. It's just very slightly overthrown.
Go back with 2 receivers to each side for Fegan. Takes the snap. Fakes the handoff. It's a read option for Coy Fegan, who runs the near side, slips through the arms of a tackler, and will go into the end zone for another Martinsburg touchdown. 55-0 Bulldogs over the Big Reds with a minute 27 left now in the second. A read option. Too easy so far. Everything's been too easy so far today.
Coy Fagan, he's the best player in the state. Well, what can you say? He can throw the ball incredibly well. He's 6 for 8 passing. He just barely missed a great deep ball touchdown. He's been on that pass before that.
The extra point kick is up and good to make it now 56-0. We'll step aside and take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
I'm Jonathan Bodwell, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, your local Medicare and life insurance agency. We are here to help you navigate the Medicare maze. We represent all of the major carriers, and you do not pay any more to go through us than if you go directly through a carrier. But if you go through us, you have a local professional to help you with all your Medicare needs, not a voice that could be in some other part of the world. Bodwell Insurance Solutions, your local Medicare agency. BodwellInsuranceSolutions.com or 304-283-0864.
We welcome you back here. It is 56-0. Martinsburg leads Parkersburg. Waiting here for the kick. I believe it might be Cody Page out the kickoff now. It's a short end-over-end kick to the near side. It's going to be caught at the 35-yard line, and it's a fair catch by Cyrus Backus. Let's now get our scoring drive summary brought to you by Floor Pools. Make every day better by getting a hot tub or a swimming pool from Floor Pools. They have locations set up in, I believe, Chambersburg, Hagerstown, and Martinsburg, including a brand new pop-up shop inside the Valley Mall.
2 plays, 25 yards. 25-yard touchdown run by Coy Fagan, his second touchdown of the day on just 4 carries.
First and 10 for Parkersburg at its 38-yard line. Cooper Kincaid gets the snap, drops back looking to pass, and it's immediately hit and slammed down that time by Xavier Pollard. And we're going to get a late flag thrown after the play. Very late flag thrown.
I guess that's going to be roughing the passer for the way that he threw him down.
The official's mic not working. Waiting to see what it is. It will be roughing the passer called. Oh, no, intentional grounding.
Oh.
Actually,
that makes
my
more
apologies.
Sense.
Yes.
I was going to say, I didn't think that was worth any sort of penalty on Pollard.
So, loss of downs. That'll bring up a second down and very long ball at the, it appears, 25-yard line.
Yep.
Kincaid. Jones to his left, Lauderman to his right. They send Lauderman from the right side to the left. We'll hand it off to Jones, who tries to go up the middle, but immediately swarming in yet again is that defensive line. It was, I think, Urias there first, and then Kovacs and Pollard to finish the job. That'll make it now 3rd down and long. Minute left here in the second quarter. I think both teams content with just letting the clock roll out.
Yeah, I think if you run this down on this play, this can be the last play of the half. Martinsburg has their timeouts, but at this point, I think it'd be good sportsmanship to not use one.
2 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Kincaid going to just take it, keep it himself, run up the middle, bounce off a few Bulldogs before being brought down at the 29-yard line. And clock now at 25 seconds, play clock at 35, so that should be the end of the first half. Both teams slowly starting to make their way towards the locker rooms. And score, Martinsburg 56, Parkersburg nothing here at halftime. This is West Virginia High School playoff football on Talk Radio WRNR, WRNR TV on YouTube. We will be back after this 2-minute commercial break.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
Have you been smoking? I can smell it. Hickory. I'm gonna watch you smoke the whole pack.
now and save at Orsini's today.
Have you been smoking? I can smell it. Hickory. I'm gonna watch you smoke the whole pack.
Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
We welcome you back to Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium. We're at the half between the top-ranked team in 4A, the Martinsburg Bulldogs, and the 16th seed Parkersburg Big Reds. It's Martinsburg 56, Parkersburg nothing. Our halftime show brought to you by the Mansion Freddie Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to wvjusticelawyers.com. I'm Colin McLaughlin for Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube. Alongside me on the call is Dylan Bishop. Our on-site producers, John Alderton, cameraman's Matt Miller, and back at the studio is Nick Verzolini. You'll hear from him in a few minutes with some final scores and scores for games currently in action here in Class 4A, Round 1 of the playoffs. But even though we still have some time left, obviously, in this one, since it's only halftime, this game's pretty much over.
I mean this by no disrespect to Parkersburg, but this game, even the Hedgesville game yesterday, is a huge indictment of the 16-team playoff. I understand, it's nice that teams can get into the playoff and theoretically have a chance, but Parkersburg 3 minutes into the second quarter looked like that they wanted to run the clock down to 5 seconds before every snap so they could get this over with. They traveled 4.5 hours to get here. It's nice that players can play an extra game, but
it's not needed. I'll flat out say it. We've been saying it for years, even before the 4A system came into place of a 16-team playoff. These games are never close, and now even more so when all 16 teams get in. It's just absolutely ridiculous that we have this first round, in all honesty, and we'll see if things stay the same or if things change next year. And this year, though, has just been a complete mess, and unfortunately for Parkersburg, as you said, they had to make the long trip and now have to face the wrath of Martinsburg, down 56-0, and definitely in that second quarter you can tell Martinsburg's taking it easy on them, not running up the score, and it's still this bad.
Right, obviously some of that could be, there were more than 16 teams in 4A, and a bunch were reclassified down to AAA right before the season, and things like that. So maybe there's an adjustment there based off that now that will come later. But we all know that the governing body wants as many playoff games as possible. But beside that, Martinsburg played a fantastic first half. Coy Fagan on the ground, through the air. He is amazing. He's the best player in the state. The offensive and defensive line have played great games, both sides, moving Parkersburg off the ball, disrupting the offense of Big Red to be able to do anything. So, and I'll get into the stats here in a second that show that. It's just been a dominant performance.
Get the first half stats then. First half stats brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. You can buy your next vehicle online. They'll deliver it to you. If you don't like it, they'll take it back. They'll even come to your house now and work on your vehicle as well. Visit them online at fordofhagerstown.com.
Let's see. Cooper Kincaid, 7 for 13, 43 yards. Passing on the ground, he's got 6 carries for a net of 9 yards. That obviously includes sack yardage as well. He's been sacked twice in the first half. Ethan Jones, 9 carries for 23 yards, is the leading rusher for Parkersburg. Braxton Kuffner, 4 catches on the game for 18 yards. Parsons, also 2 catches for 23. He leads the way on that side. Coy Fagan, 6 for 8, 197 passing yards, 3 passing touchdowns. Coy Fagan, 4 carries, 57 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. Boston Todd has 2 rushes for 37 yards total, including a 17-yard touchdown. He also has a 36-yard reception. Kyrie Bunny caught a 49-yard touchdown. Terrell Cofield caught a 61-yard touchdown on a screen pass. And Braden Miller, 10-yard touchdown catch of his own. Brian Dick also had a 32-yard catch. And Jashawn Durding with a 9-yard reception for himself. Nick Buskey only 1 carry for 2 yards. Brian Dick only 2 carries for 5 yards.
There you go. Anything else? Not really any penalties.
Parkersburg has 5 penalties that have totaled up to 30 yards. Martinsburg, none.
Weird.
That is
that might be the weirdest thing today.
Right. Yeah, out of everything.
Let's step aside. Take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, you'll hear from Nick Verzolini with your other playoff scores. Again, our score at the half, it's Martinsburg 56. Parkersburg, nothing. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
WVU Medicine is pleased to announce the expansion of our ENT services in the Eastern Panhandle. WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat Berkeley has added 2 new physician's assistants to their team. Both Connor Hall and Samantha Barbado are now accepting new patients, allowing WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat Berkeley to provide faster appointment times. For more information, call 304-262-9400. WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat, located in the Dorothy McCormick Center in Martinsburg.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
If you or someone you know suffers from the disease of addiction, help is available from the Berkeley County Quick Response Team with peer recovery coaches and support promptly to the homes of those who've recently experienced an overdose. This collective effort towards recovery brings resources and services to the community, including naloxone and treatment options. Call 304-267-1313 or visit the Berkeley County Recovery Resource Center at 800 Emmett Rouse Drive, Martinsburg. The Berkeley County Quick Response Team is funded through a DHHR grant with the Berkeley Morgan County Health Department.
With a great selection comes great possibilities. And at CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg, the possibilities are endless. Shop our amazing selection of new vehicles like the Ram 1500. And right now, save on new Jeeps like the Wrangler and Grand Cherokee models. Plus, every Jeep purchase comes with our Jeep Wave program. So wherever your possibilities take you, you'll be connected. Shop CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg today. Owners just care more.
We welcome you in here to the halftime scoreboard show. I'm Nick Verzolini here at the half. Martinsburg cruising against Parkersburg, 56-0. The Bulldogs looking to advance to the second round of the playoffs, where they will take on Parkersburg South, who got a win 24-17 today over Washington. So unless something insane happens in the second half, which feels nearly impossible with a running clock, Martinsburg will advance and take on another Parkersburg team next week, only this time Parkersburg South, who gets the win over Washington today, 24-17. 17. Some other scores from around 4A. Wheeling Park has added a touchdown. They're up 29-0 over Musselman at halftime. So looks like the Wheeling Park Patriots will advance in the 4A playoffs as the number 4 seed. And it looks like they're going to get the win, setting up a matchup against Huntington next week, where they will play host to the Highlanders, who are currently leading already got the win, over University 56-28. Some other EPAC scores, though. First, Jefferson 48, Cabell Midland 28. That's the final score of that contest. And last night, as we saw on on WRNR TV on YouTube and Talk Radio WRNR, Spring Mills got the win last night, 56-0 over Hedgesville. Some other scores from around 4A, another good one, or at least on paper, it was a pretty close game at halftime, I should say. Morgantown gets the win over Woodrow Wilson last night, 35-10. Hurricane survives against George Washington, 14-13. The Redskins will travel to Jefferson next week for an intriguing 6-3 matchup. And then, as we mentioned, Huntington gets the 56-28 win over University last night. So for those of you confused or maybe wondering, well, how does this second round play out? If the scores were to hold up, as we mentioned, Wheeling Park will take on Huntington in the second round. Hurricane will travel to Jefferson. Morgantown will take on Spring Mills, and Parkersburg South will come to Martinsburg. So that will be your second round playoffs, and it should be much more competitive, but we did have a few good first round matchups, just not the ones, unfortunately, that we had here for you on TV 10. But the Bulldogs up 56-0 here at halftime. We'll take another break, and on the other side of that break, we'll send it back to Colin and Dylan for the start of the second half. This is West Virginia High School football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information. Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Hello and welcome to the Alumni Association Minute. We are the Coopers and we represent the Martinsburg High School Alumni Association. You have the opportunity now to help us because it is that time of the year, and we want to remind you that your dues and gifts and any help that you can to help the youth and the alumni here, please give us all opportunity to help them.
We were fortunate last year on Senior Day to hand out 15 $1,000 scholarships to the seniors from the alumni. And with your help, we can do that again this year. But it all depends on you. You can give two different ways. The $10 dues or more can be mailed to Martinsburg High School Alumni Association, Post Office Box 3007, Martinsburg, West Virginia 25402. You can go online to our secure website at MHSBulldogalumni.com. That's MHSBulldogAlumni.com. Either way would be fine as long as we get your help. There's over 15,000 of you still around because anybody that graduated from Martinsburg High School is considered an alumni, and we would really appreciate you sending your dues in.
So thank you so much for your help. And remember, we have a lot of good organizations here at Martinsburg High School, whether it's scholastic, after school, sports, good times. We ask you to help us become one of the better alumni associations for Martinsburg High School. Again, we thank TV 10 for their opportunity to help us and support us. We ask you now to continue to guide, God bless, and go Bulldogs.
So what? So what? It's not going to be easy. It's going to be really hard. We're going to have to work at it every day, but I want to do that because I want you. I want you and me forever, every day. What do you want? What do you want? Come on, what do you want?
What do you want?
I want Panhandle dumpsters for the first month free.
Use the promo code to get the first month free.
We welcome you back here to Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium, still at halftime between the Martinsburg Bulldogs and Parkersburg Big Reds. Our score at the half, it is Martinsburg 56, Parkersburg nothing. You just heard some other scores from around the 4A playoffs. Want to add one more that Nick forgot, and that's the team that usually is on our radio airwaves on Saturdays, but with Martinsburg playing, that trumps it. It is the West Virginia Mountaineers in the Senior Day home game, final home game of the season for WVU. They currently lead UCF at the half 21-7. So Mountaineers, even though season's pretty much over, still trying to get bowl eligible so that you can get those young guys more practices and more experience here at the end of the year, but obviously not the year that fans wanted or expected from this team.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough draw. It's not necessarily their fault. You played your schedule. I guess if you want to be a higher seed than 16, you got to schedule tougher teams. It works out in your favor, even if you don't win as many of them typically. We saw that from Musselman this year. You know, they have less wins, and even Hedgesville, they have less wins, but they get pushed up the rankings a little bit compared to a Parkersburg by just who they're playing. So, and a little bit of that is your divisional conference opponent, local opponents. Like Parkersburg isn't going to come up and play all of the EPAC, which would help out having a tougher schedule the way a Hedgesville would or a Musselman. But even still, I think you got to give Parkersburg some credit. Clearly, they're not a terrible team. It's just that Martinsburg is that good, 56-0. When you run up against Martinsburg, and if you don't have, a whole lot of talent on that offensive and defensive line, and the size to go along with it. I should even say size, strength, talent, speed, all of that. If you're outmatched in those areas by Martinsburg, you're in the category of most teams. But at the same time, Martinsburg is going to be able to go up and down the field on you more often than not. It's just really hard to compete with.
Going to step aside, take another 2-minute break as both teams still coming out of the locker room here at the half. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football and Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube. Back in 2 minutes.
Welcome back to Golden Asian Buffet. I'm Ryan, and I'm so excited to show you our massive buffet with over 150 incredible fresh items. Food lovers, you're going to love this buffet with over 150 items with everything from appetizers all the way down to desserts. This buffet is massive. For family, friends, and foodies alike, you are going to love this place. Appetizers all the way down to desserts, meats, seafoods, and much, much more. Come on down here to Golden Asian Buffet and check out their incredible buffet.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How can I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm John Everson, Private Wealth Advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Order number 2001.
It's not rocket science. Get a 12-piece chicken for $12 at happy hour from 5 to 7 p.m. with the Rocks app. Want the kids to warm up to you? Get a gas fireplace from Roach Energy. Roach Energy. Call 304-263-3329.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Welcome you back here to Martinsburg, West Virginia, at Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium. Almost ready for the second half between Martinsburg and Parkersburg. It is Martinsburg 56, Parkersburg nothing. So Martinsburg next week. Things obviously hold, which we expect them to here. Don't expect anything crazy to happen with a comeback for the Big Reds. The Bulldogs will play host to the Parkersburg South Patriots as they defeated Washington today 24-17. That game will take place next week. Just need to know a day and time, which we will probably sometime later this evening or tomorrow, and we'll have coverage of that game for you on either Black Friday or Saturday, depending on when Parkersburg South chooses to make the trek up.
Yeah, and I believe Spring Mills has their games scheduled with Morgantown for Black Friday.
Yes, I believe they were saying last night that will be Friday at 7 p.m. So if Martinsburg, Parkersburg South games on Saturday, we'll do both games for you again.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Just waiting now for the speaking captains to meet back out at midfield and go over things for the second half. It should be Parkersburg returning the second half kickoff. You have Ace Flores walking out to meet with Parkersburg's Rudy Colombo. Looking over at the clock, it looks like quarters staying the 12 minutes in length, but still get a mercy rule rolling clock with the lead being 56-0 Martinsburg. Only needed it to be a 42-point lead for that rule to apply in this scenario.
Right, we'll see if we see any of Coy Fagan in the second half at all, or many of the starters for Martinsburg. I feel like most games this season, Coach Walker has sent out the starters for a drive in the third quarter even in situations where the clock may have already been rolling. Although I think more often than not he did that in times where maybe it was a little close to a rolling clock situation. Maybe not there yet. Everybody still has their helmets on, so we'll see.
By the way, scoring update for West Virginia Mountaineers. They now lead UCF 28-7. C.J. Donaldson just scored his second rushing touchdown of the evening. Clock's already going. I like it. Haven't even had the kick yet.
Rolling clock means rolling clock. When you, it's different for clock operators everywhere, how they enforce it. But
kick is a returnable one for, I believe that's Ethan Jones out there on the return, getting it to the 19-yard line. So Parkersburg will have the ball. Martinsburg with a few first-string defensive guys mixed in with a few others. Parkersburg right now with the first-string offense out there. It's Cooper Kincaid, with Jones lined up to his left. 3 receivers near side, 1 on the far side. 1st and 10 at the 19. Kincaid takes it, hands it off to Jones with a big hole up the middle. Slips off one tackler into the secondary and will be brought down by Braden Miller at the 32-yard line. So a 13-yard run, first down Parkersburg.
Hey, don't get sleepy now, Martinsburg. If you're going to have your starters out there, you need them to be playing well. But, a run up the middle, maybe just had to shake the rust off from the halftime. Get back into the groove of the game. It is cold out.
Kincaid goes back with the handoff, and this time the defensive line able to win the battle, still pushing Jones back, but play ruled dead as the forward progress is a loss of a yard to make it 2nd down and 11 at the 31.
Yeah, that time Martinsburg's defensive line bounced back. Got to the backfield very quickly.
Parkersburg breaks the huddle. Brings 2 receivers to the near side. Tight end on the near side as well. Now they motion them to the far side along with an extra blocker on that right side of the line. Play action pass. Kincaid now has to continue to step back as he had the pressure attacking him from Kaufman and Pollard. His pass incomplete. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 11.
Once again, when pressure gets in the face of a quarterback immediately, there's not much you can do. That's why in offensive line and defensive line, it's so incredibly important in the game of football. It just, if you win up front in the trenches, it's gonna throw off everything else for the other team.
3rd and 11 at the 31-yard line. 9:20 left in the 3rd quarter. It's Martinsburg 56, Parkersburg nothing. Parkersburg with the ball. Kincaid takes the snap, drops back, looking to pass, steps up, throws a pass underneath and behind the receiver. Gets drilled on the play. So that pass intended for Titan Parsons goes incomplete. Parsons now limping off the field. Rolled an ankle there while being hit, as on comes the punt team for Parkersburg.
Kincaid had a little bit more time that time. The pocket was getting pushed back into his face a little bit, but he is 6'5". He can see over some stuff like that, but there's not much open except for the guy coming across short.
Booming punt. Caught over the back shoulder by Braden Miller at the 36-yard line, and now flags fly as a big collision around the 46. The fans in attendance making some noise there. And that stops the clock because of the flags with 8:29 left here in the 3rd.
Yeah, I think they're going to call him for a blindside block as the punt coverage man was running to try to tackle Miller.
Yeah, blindside block against, I believe that was Dillard. I heard the number called.
Well, Dillard has had a fantastic game. 2 touchdowns, a pick 6, and a blocked punt he picked up for a touchdown.
So it'll be a 1st and 10 for Martinsburg's offense, as ball after the penalty will be spotted at Martinsburg's, I believe, 29-yard line. Looks like Brian Dixon at quarterback now for the Bulldogs. Takes the snap, fires a pass to the near side, caught by his receiver. Slips through a few tackles. That's Terrell Cofield across the 30, wrapped up at the 33-yard line. So gain of 4 will make it a 2nd down and 6.
We saw Cofield get out on a screen and score earlier. He gets himself a 2nd catch right there. And then immediately comes out. We see Colin Schaffner take up residency in the backfield now.
Yep, 2 receivers to each side for Dick, with Schaffner to his right. Dick gets snap, hands it off to Schaffner, bounces it to the far side. There goes Schaffner across the 40, continuing to go outside at the 45, at the 50, across the 50 to the 44-yard line of Parkersburg. So a huge run there of over 20 yards for a Martinsburg 1st down.
I think it's the best run I've seen from Schaffner in the games that we've had of him.
And now he's going to take a play off, and they bring back in Terrell Cofield. 1st and 10. Ball at the 46-yard line of Parkersburg. Dick, high snap, and on the exchange they lose it, but falling on top of it is Cofield at the 49-yard line of Martinsburg. So a loss of 5 on the play will make it 2nd down and 15.
Yeah, just screwed up the exchange on that one.
2 receivers to each side for Brian Dick. Cofield to his left. Dick takes the snap, drops back the pass. It's a screen pass on the far side that's caught. Now evading a few tacklers is the receiver out across the 45, brought down at the 43-yard line, trying to see who that was. Tate Cofield on the catch. That'll bring up a 3rd down and about 7 yards. .6:10 left here in the 3rd quarter. Dick gets the snap, fakes the handoff to Schaffner, keeps it himself, has a big hole up the middle, hurdles past a man, slips through another tackle, and there goes Brian Dick into the end zone for another Martinsburg Bulldog touchdown. 5:57 left in the 3rd. It's now Martinsburg 62, Parkersburg nothing.
Well, the problem with getting to the point in the game where Martinsburg's backups get into the game is that Martinsburg's backups are really good. Brian Dick has been an effective runner when he comes in at running back. He's been effective when he comes in as the backup quarterback. I said, Coy Fagan are reaching his final games here, but they're in good hands for next year.
Absolutely. As the snaps back, the extra point kick is up and good, making it 63-0 Martinsburg from Cody Page's leg. Step aside, take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Most insurance companies see you as a claim number. Most law firms see you as a case file. When their top priority is their bottom line, you only get a fraction of the attention that you deserve. At the law firm of Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, it's personal. We listen to our clients to see the whole picture, because every part of you is important. For a team built on relationships and results, call Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson at 304 Lawyers, or visit us at burkeandschultz.com.
We welcome you back here as Cody Page on to kickoff, as Martinsburg now leads at 63-0. It's a short kick. It's going to be caught at the 15 and bobbled now. Picked up at the 20, though, by Parkersburg's return man, who immediately is clipped and tackled at that 20-yard line. With 5:52 left here in the 3rd quarter. Let's get our scoring drive summary brought to you by Flora Pools. Make every day better with a hot tub or swimming pool. Apologies here, by the way, for those tuned in to our stream, as well, had our HDMI knocked out. Matt's trying to mess with it to get it back here. Scoring drive summary quickly, Dylan.
Yeah, we go down here. It's 4 plays for Martinsburg to go 65 yards on that one. It ends up with a 42-yard touchdown run by Brian Dick.
Kincaid will hand it off to Ethan Jones on the outside sweep. And Jones will only get back to the line of scrimmage to make it 2nd and 10 at the 20. Third quarter brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive. Call them at 304-263-3361, as well as CMA's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg. Stop NCM today at 48 Kelly Island Road in Martinsburg, or call 304-263-8821. Proud to be the owners who just care more. 2 receivers on the far side, tight end to the right side of the line, 1 receiver to the near side, but it's another handoff, and this time Ace Flores gets there first to get a piece of Jones, and the rest of the team helps him out. That'll make it 3rd and 11, loss of 1 on the carry. Ball at the 19-yard line.
Martinsburg's line on both sides just has more strength and stamina than pretty much every team that they play. So, guys for other teams will get tired playing every snap, especially if they're going both ways on the offensive and defensive line. Martinsburg's guys seem like they don't.
A halfback draw from Kincaid. Up the middle goes Lauderman. And he's going to be tackled at the 21-yard line. Brings up a 4th and 9, so quick 3 and out. Again, on comes the punt team for Parkersburg. Quentin Wright and company back out onto the field for Parkersburg. Back to return is Martinsburg's Braden Miller. Wright standing at the 6-yard line. Gets the snap. Clean punt. Miller catches it at the 45 in the middle of the field, now runs to the left. There goes Miller with a great block, trying to reverse Fields now. Cutting back up the middle, there goes Miller at the 20. 10-5, bouncing it to the outside. Touchdown on the punt return for Braden Miller with 3:11 left now in the third. It is 69-0. Martinsburg leads Parkersburg. A 45-yard punt return with some great blocks in front to help Braden Miller get into the end zone. As on comes the PAT team once again for the Bulldogs. Cody Page on to attempt the extra point kick, trying to make it a 70-0 lead. Fagan on to hold. Snaps back, holds down, kicks up. And that kick is good by Page as we step aside and take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube. Back in.
Mommy, where does flavor come from?
Well, when people love food, they cook it on a Traeger grill. Meat, corn, even pie. And then the Traeger does the rest, which brings everyone to celebrate this beautiful thing that they've created. Because when you share delicious food with your friends, that's the flavor of life.
Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
We welcome you back here. Again, apologies for those tuned in on our YouTube. Still trying to get that picture back for you here. 70-0, 3:11 left in the third quarter. Martinsburg just absolutely putting it on Parkersburg. Sam Collins to kick off. And it's a booming kick into the end zone for a touchback. So 2:55 left now here in the third. So again, call comes out Parkersburg's offense. Parkersburg now brings the huddle in. So we should have picture back for you, hopefully, here. It's Kincaid, the last to join the Parkersburg huddle. Brings the play in as they break the huddle now. Kincaid, 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Running back to his left. Gets the snap, drops back the pass, 2-step drop. There's a pass near side that's bobbled, and finally at the last second brought in for completion. Good job there by Hunter Levitt to keep focus on the ball and get that one as he falls down at the 22-yard line. That'll bring up a second down and about 8, maybe 7.
It's a pretty impressive catch there, honestly, all things considered. Obviously you want to catch it on the first try, but as you're falling down, bobbling it, make the catch kind of in the air.
Kincaid sends Lauderman in motion, takes the snap, drops back the pass, looking in the middle of the field, has a man wide open, fires it to him, and Lewis makes the catch at the 31-yard line. That's enough for a Parkersburg first down.
It's a good job by Kincaid that time. He had time on that one. He's able to go through his progressions, look into the middle of the field. As the receiver sit down in the middle of the zone, he's able to make the throw.
Cooper Kincaid has Jones and Lauderman together in the backfield alongside him. 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Kincaid takes the snap, drops back, looking to pass, and scans the middle of the field, has a diving receiver at it, and then dropped it. So that pass into Titan Parsons will fall incomplete around that 44-yard line. That brings up a 2nd and 10 now at the 30. Under a minute left here in the third. It's Martinsburg 70, Parkersburg nothing.
It would have been another good throw from Kincaid. Receiver just couldn't bring it in.
Kincaid giving the play call to the team. Trying to wave, I believe, somebody else on. There's some confusion down there for Parkersburg. 10 seconds left on the play clock. They quickly break the huddle now, trying to disguise the formation they're coming out in. Send a man in motion. It's going to be a handoff. On the outside goes this speed back. Haven't seen him today, I believe.
Backus.
That was Cyrus Backus. He just darts out of the gate and picks up the first down, goes out of bounds at the 44-yard line, so 14-yard run for him. And that's going to be the last play of quarter number 3. It's Martinsburg 70 and Parkersburg nothing here in round 1 of the Class 4A high school football playoffs in the Mountain State. I'll step aside and take a 1-minute break and then be back with the final quarter of the game. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football and Talk Radio, WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
So what? So what? It's not going to be easy. It's going to be really hard. We're going to have to work at it every day, but I want to do that because I want you. I want you and me forever, every day. What do you want? What do you want? Come on, what do you want?
What do you want?
I want Panhandle dumpsters for the first month free.
Use the promo code to get the first month free.
With a great selection comes great possibilities. And at CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg, the possibilities are endless. Shop our amazing selection of new vehicles like the Ram 1500. And right now, save on new Jeeps like the Wrangler and Grand Cherokee models. Plus, every Jeep purchase comes with our Jeep Wave program. So wherever your possibilities take you, you'll be connected. Shop CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg today. Owners just care more.
We welcome you back here. 1st and 10 Parkersburg at its 44-yard line. Fake a jet sweep. Looking deep, has a man, and it's bobbled again by Parsons. Throwing on the run was Cooper Kincaid on the near side as Parsons was getting banged around while trying to get that one. That'll make it 2nd and 10. Tough to try to thread that through the linebackers in coverage against Parsons.
Yeah, Martinsburg does a really good job in coverage. Their safeties, their linebackers, even when you're to the second string, These are your future starters. And we know Martinsburg doesn't really have down years under Dave Walker.
Kincaid, read option, RPO, pass to the far side, caught. Receiver immediately wrapped up, but lowers his shoulder, able to get a few extra yards. That time it's Titan Parsons making the catch for a gain of 4 to bring up a 3rd down and 6 at the 48-yard line. Parkersburg taking its time here. Just trying to get out of this one injury-free to end the season.
Try to keep the margin of defeat as low as possible. Don't want to give the ball back to Martinsburg.
High snap, Kincaid brings it down, hands it off to Lauderman, who jukes past one man out across the 50 now, and will get to about the 47-yard line of Martinsburg, which is very close to the yards needed for a first down. But it looks like they say it's a yard shy. So that'll bring up a 4th down and 1 with 10 minutes left in the game.
Martinsburg is one of, if not the hardest team to get a single yard on.
Offense staying out. Parkersburg breaks the huddle. 2 receivers coming over to the near side. Tight end as an extra blocker on the left side of the line. Kincaid in shotgun formation. Sends the receiver out wide, back out wide. Takes the snap. Kincaid runs right up the middle. Plows through a man. Gets the first down and then some. He's finally stopped at the 43-yard line of the Bulldogs for the first down.
I'll give some credit to the second string here for Martinsburg. Parkersburg does have, most of, if not all of, their first string is still in here, and they're holding their own, even though Parkersburg is driving down the field a little bit.
1st and 10 at the 43. Play action pass, drilled as he throws it, and it's caught. And the receiver, Austin Craven, taking a lick as well. That's not Craven, that's Kupfner. Kupfner is brought down at the 42.
Kupfner is probably closing in on about half of his catches for the season just in this game. I think he's at 5. He had 15 on the entire year.
2nd and 9 at the 42. Gade will hand it off here on the near side. Trying to spin off a man is the ball carrier, Ethan Jones. Jones wrapped up and brought down by Carson Knight. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. Ball at the 40-yard line. 8 minutes left now. It is Martinsburg 70, Parkersburg nothing.
3rd and long. Obviously, Parkersburg's been using all 4 downs in this half.
Cooper Kincaid, shotgun formation. Gets a snap, drops back the pass, looking downfield, steps up, and almost got sacked, but now he breaks through and will pick up the first down on his feet and get it to the 26-yard line. So a 14-yard carry by Kincaid for another Parkersburg Big Red first down.
I think that was Jeffrey Griffith that had a hand on Kincaid. Couldn't quite bring him down. He broke loose.
Yeah, he had part of the jersey, just couldn't hold on. Parkersburg continues this drive with a 1st and 10. 3 receivers to the near side. Tight end on the right side of the line as well for Kincaid. He's going to hand it off to Jones. Jones tries to cut to the near side. Went back up the middle and then the very last second turned back to the right. And he gets grabbed by the foot and dragged down at the 35-yard line. 25-yard line.
Carson Knight making the shoestring tackle. Held on for dear life to that ankle.
2nd and 9. 6:20 left here in the 4th. Parkersburg breaks its huddle. Go 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Tight end to the right side of the line, slightly behind it. Man in motion from left to right. Fake the jet sweep. Kincaid keeps it himself and powers up the middle across the 20. Brought down at the 19-yard line, so a gain of 6 will make it 3rd down and 3. Angle in on the tackle for Martinsburg.
Gave him the angle slam.
5:40 left now. The clock continues to roll here in the 4th quarter. Cooper Kincaid giving out the last orders here as Parkersburg breaks its huddle. 10 seconds left on the play clock. Shift the extra blockers to the right side of the line. Kincaid keeps it. As a man open, it's his tight end who makes the catch as Kupfner tries to get into the end zone, dives for the pylon on the far side of the field, waiting for a signal. It looks like they say he was out at the half-yard line. It's a 1st and goal at the 1. Great play call there for Parkersburg. They're knocking on the door trying to avoid being shut out. It's Martinsburg 70, Parkersburg nothing. Parkersburg breaks the huddle. 1st and goal at the 1.
This is a heck of a drive from them.
Kincaid back to the right, shifting him over to the left. He's going to keep it himself on the read option and go into the end zone for a Parkersburg touchdown with 4:20 left in the 4th. It is now 70-6. So the Big Reds get on the board for the first time.
There you go. At the very least, you can say you got some points up on the board. Go home not having gotten into the end zone. You didn't really give up any big plays outside of that one that set up the 1st and goal for the Martinsburg 2nd string defense. So I'll give some props to them.
PAT kick up and good by Quentin Wright to make it now 70-7. So we'll step aside, take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football and Talk Radio, WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
David M. Walker Stadium, a scoring drive summary brought to you by Flora Pools. Make every day better with a hot tub or swimming pool from Flora Pools.
13 plays. Parkersburg used up a good bit of that 4th quarter. They started the 4th quarter with the ball. And there's only 4:20 left now. 13 plays, 80 yards, get into the end zone with a 1-yard touchdown run by their quarterback, Cooper Kincaid.
That makes it Martinsburg 70, Parkersburg 7. Has Quentin Wright on to kick off now for the Big Reds. It's a squib kick by one of the up men at the 31-yard line. I believe that's Sean Durding who gets it across the 40, brought down at the 41-yard line of Martinsburg. 4th quarter is brought to you by Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, representing accident and injury claims for over 50 years. Go to SkinnerWins.com, as well as Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store any longer. Visit them at 360 Hack Wilson Way in Martinsburg or online at Orsinis.com. Clock starts to roll. Dick at quarterback. 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. He's got Terrell Cofield at running back to his left. Dick gets the snap, has to jump for it. Able to bring it down, then hand it off to Terrell Cofield. Cofield bounces it to the outside and cuts back in and is clipped up at the 50-yard line. Just shy of the 1st down. make it a 2nd and 1. But we get a block in the back penalty actually called against Martinsburg, so run negated, and we'll respot the ball. The clock continues to roll down here. Just trying to get out of this one.
And Martinsburg wasn't bit by the penalty bug here for the most part today. Don't think they had a penalty in the first half. They got one early in the second half.
Ball at the 38 is Dick. Screen pass caught on the near side by Wheeler, and Wheeler out across the 40 and tackled by Zane Lewis at the 43. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 7. 3 minutes left in the game. 2 receivers to each side now for Brian Dick. Play call gets sent in. It's Cofield to his left. Dick sets. Gets the snap, drops back the pass. It's another screen pass caught on the near side, and some great blockers is going downfield for the Bulldogs for a huge gain is Kai Rhodes inside Parkersburg territory and brought down at the 35-yard line. 1st down, Martinsburg.
How about that? I don't know if we've called Rhodes' name as a receiver so far this year. Get himself a 21-yard gain.
2:15 left. Clock winding down here. See if there's one more touchdown potentially here for the Bulldogs. They lead it 70-7. Brian Dick jumps up, gets the snap, hands it off to Terrell Cofield. Cofield runs to the right, stops, patiently waiting, now tries to switch fields. Doing so, and there goes Cofield. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Martinsburg. Terrell Cofield goes for the 35-yard run, making it 76-7 Martinsburg with 1:42 left in the 4th quarter clock.
I think Parkersburg's defense was a little tired, maybe a little fatigued, maybe a little bit of checked out, but still a great run by Cofield, reversing field. I think guys got to make a tackle in a play like that, but props to him for taking advantage.
Collins' extra point kick is up and good to make it 77-7. So we'll step aside, take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football and Talk Radio, WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Don't miss Floor Pool's 4th store grand opening hot tub sale beginning November 22nd at the Valley Mall in Hagerstown, featuring their 4th store grand opening with special grand opening prices. Floor Pools is prepared with a special truckload of hot tubs and endless pools at truckload prices with financing available. Attention! We've secured a limited supply of factory second hot tubs at up to 30% off. Once they're gone, they're gone. Make every day better with a hot tub or pool from Floor Pools in Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg, and the new pop-up location at the Valley Mall in Hagerstown. FloorPools.com.
They weren't in the end.
We welcome you back here. 77-7. Martinsburg leads Parkersburg. Wind continues to howl down below on the field. Here's the kick. High end-over-end kick that's going to be stopped thanks to the wind at the 15-yard line and returned out to the 29-yard line by Parkersburg. So returning that kick, it's Jones. And a scoring drive summary brought to you by Floor Pools.
4 plays, 54 yards. Goes Martinsburg. 35-yard touchdown run by Terrell Cofield.
Makes every day better with a swimming pool or hot tub from Floor Pools. Looks like we have some backups in now for Parkersburg as they fake a jet sweep, and it's a keeper for Alex Greer, and Greer with a huge run into Martinsburg territory gets it to the 38-yard line. Greer, under a minute left now, has to go to the far side to get the Apologies there as Dylan's headset kind of falls down on us as he's getting ready to head down to the field for our post-game interviews. Great run there by Greer. 1st and 10 at the 38 for Parkersburg. Greer still looking for the play on the far side. Looks at his center. Gets the snap. Fakes the handout. Rolls out to his left. Has a man open. Underthrew him, but diving for it still is Titan Parsons, and he makes the catch at the 21-yard line. And with 16 seconds left, Parkersburg's going to use a timeout. It's 77-7. Parkersburg wants to be the last ones to score. So we'll step aside, take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football and Talk Radio, WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube, back in 30 seconds.
Take the stress out of updating and maintaining your home or business with RAI Properties. Serving the community for over 20 years, we specialize in fences, decks, landscaping, and property management. We also provide painting, flooring, vent cleaning, and renovation services. Our friendly, licensed professionals go above and beyond to get the job done right for you. For local service and trusted expertise for your next project, call RAI Properties today.
Back here out of the timeout is a 1st down and 10. Ball at the 23-yard line for Parkersburg. Greer takes the snap, rolls to his right, being chased down from behind, and he loses the ball. He got drilled. They're ruling it incomplete. I never saw Greer's arm move, but what a job by Javon Holmes to blow that play up and end the ball game. It is Martinsburg getting the 77-7 win over Parkersburg as both teams now shake hands. We'll step aside and take a 2-minute break and then be back with our post-game show. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football and Talk Radio, WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube. Back in 2 minutes.
Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information. Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and
Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg. And this year, we'll enter you into a drawing to win a $1,000 gas card with your test drive. And during the Make This the Summer sales event, get up to $6,000 off MSRP on select new Wranglers, or up to $7,500 off MSRP on select new Grand Cherokees. Stop in today during CMA's Drive More Days for your chance at a $1,000 gas card completely on us. Online at CMA's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg.com. Owners just care more.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
We welcome you back here on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube for the Palace Lounge post-game show, brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edward Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg, with a full lunch and dinner menu and daily specials in a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. Final score, Martinsburg 77, Parkersburg 7. So the Bulldogs advance to next week and will play host to the Parkersburg South Patriots. As I'm looking down on the field now, trying to wait for Dylan Bishop to have Coach Walker ready to go for our post-game interviews.
All right, down here with Coach Walker. Coach, dominant performance from you guys pretty much from the jump. You guys were able to get those big plays on offense, force 3 and outs on defense. Overall, how do you think you guys came out here. Obviously, you had an extra week off that you didn't expect to, but they came out fast. What'd you think about that?
I mean, I thought our guys they were ready to play. It's the first home game we've had in like 6 weeks, and we only played one game in the last 4 weeks. So our guys were just chomping at the bits to get out and play, and I thought they'd come out and did a really good job.
And you had some big plays through the air. Coy, I think, only had 4 carries in the first half, but had 2 of them go into the end zone. He was picking up botched snaps and running for 17 yards, throwing deep down the field to Kyrie and Cofield when you got him in the game. Just how'd you feel about your quarterback's performance overall? He only had to do so much in that first half, but before you guys were able to put in Brian Dick at quarterback. But just how he played today.
Oh, he played like he always does. It's Coy. Coy does Coy. So I thought he played really well, and he had a really good week of practice, so it showed tonight.
The offensive and defensive line, if you ask me, it's always the trenches are going to win you games more often than not. And you guys, that's where you dominate, offensive line, defensive line. I'll talk to Xavier Pollard here in a second. He had a couple tackles for loss on the defensive side. What does that mean for you guys to be able to win up front like that?
Well, I mean, it all starts up front, and you've got to win in the trenches, and or at least have a stalemate in the trenches. But I thought our guys played really well tonight, and we're going to have that type of effort out of them every week from here on out.
Obviously, you guys got next weekend coming up, quarterfinals. How do you guys get prepared for that as Park South was able to defeat Washington?
I mean, we'll just prepare like we do for everyone else. I mean, we've got a little bit of a history with them. We played them last year, and I know we've played them here in the past. So they'll come in really prepared. They're very well coached, and as soon as we find out when we're playing, then we'll adjust our schedule and our work schedule accordingly.
All right, Coach, thanks for the time. Congrats on the win. All right, now I'll bring in Xavier Pollard. Big game from you guys up front, offensive and defensive lines. You had a couple tackles for loss early on in this game. What's it mean for you guys up front to be able to win like that and get everything going for the rest of the team?
It's definitely important. I feel like playing on the line that's how the game runs. The game runs through the line on both sides of the ball because you can't really do anything else without the line. You got to block, you got to tackle, you got to get pressure. So I think we've done a good job at executing, and I think we've contributed a lot to our success.
And for you, how much does it mean to have those other guys up on the line next to you that, if you're on the offensive line, they can help you out your blocks. Defensive line, they can open things up by taking on those blockers on the other side.
Well, definitely, I think it started going through 2-a-days and summer workouts and stuff. You learn you can trust those guys, and you build off of each other. Like when somebody else makes a play, you get hype. Everybody's just building energy, and it just flows through the whole team. I think we have really good chemistry, not just on the line, but as a whole team.
You guys got through one playoff game. Obviously, you got to get through a few more here at home. You got to get that next state championship. How do you guys stay focused on the road to that?
I think we just keep the goal in mind, keep the main thing. Just have a tunnel vision, basically. Just keep doing what we've been doing.
All right, thanks for the time. Congrats on the win. Colin, back to you.
Thank you to Dylan for grabbing our post-game interviews there with Coach Dave Walker as well as Xavier Pollard as we step aside, take another 2-minute break so that Dylan can get back up here, and we'll wrap up the post-game show when we return, get you the post-game stats as well as awards. Again, final score, Martinsburg 77, Parkersburg 7. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football and Talk Radio, WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube. Back in 2 minutes.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows, whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
My kids. You know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
12-piece chicken for $12 with Rock's app.
Starting route to Rock's local market.
Stopping by a local watering hole for happy hour between 5 and 7 to get the family dinner.
It's not rocket science. Get a 12-piece chicken for $12 at happy hour from 5 to 7 p.m. with the Rock's app.
Reserve a table by the fire every night. Relax in the warmth and comfort of a Roach Energy gas fireplace. Roach Energy. Call 304-263-3329.
Palace Lounge post-game show. Final score tonight, Martinsburg 77, Parkersburg 7. As we get into our post-game stats now, brought to you by RAI Properties, LLC, servicing the tri-state area. Call them at 304-200-3144 or visit www.raiproperties.com. Hold on, Don.
Cooper Kincaid for Parkersburg was able to connect on 10 passes out of the 19 that he threw in this one. Hit 43 yards first half, 29 added on in that second half, giving him 72 on the day. Also added in 10 carries for a net of 6 yards and a touchdown. On the Martinsburg side, Coy Fagan, same stats that he had at halftime. He didn't play in the second half. 6 for 8, 197 yards, 3 touchdowns, 4 carries, 57 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground. Brian Dick came in, 3 carries for 47 yards for him, including a 42-yard touchdown. Boston Todd got the handoff twice for 37 yards and a score. Terrell Cofield, 3 carries, 42 yards and a touchdown. 2 catches, 65 yards and a touchdown. And let's see, Kyrie Bunny, 49 yards on 1 catch for a touchdown. And Boston Todd also had a catch for 36 yards. Brian Dick a catch for 32. Kai Rhodes a catch for 21. Colin Schaffner a run for 24. Some of the big plays happened in this one. It is notable that Nick Buskey only had 1 carry for 2 yards, and then we didn't really see him for the rest of the game.
Yeah, believe that he was shaken up at some point earlier on there. For the most part, saw him on the bench, so hopefully nothing too serious, and he's good to go for the rest of the season. But for tonight, obviously, didn't matter. Still a 70-point victory. Final score, Martinsburg 77, Parkersburg 7. Let's now get our awards, starting off with the electrifying play of the game, brought to you by CMA's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg. Stop in, see him today at 48 Kelly Island Road in Martinsburg. Call 304-263-8821. Proud to be the owners who just care more.
A lot of big plays in this one to choose from. I think I got to give this one to Boston Todd's 17-yard touchdown. Actually, yeah, that's what I'll give it to. There's a number of different ones that I could have given it to, but that's the one that I'll go with for this one. A great play that he made, and the reverse to get him the ball. So it's kind of electrifying. Part of that was the reverse, the misdirection in the backfield, and he's able to use his athleticism to get into the end zone.
Let's now go to our collision of the game, brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street, Martinsburg. Family-owned, offering superior customer service and great pricing for a job done by experienced certified technicians. Give them a call at 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page.
Third sack of the game on Parkersburg for the Martinsburg defensive line. I believe it was Peyton Kaufman that got in, along with Xavier Pollard, to make the play. They were able to get Kincaid down 3 times in this one. A lot of tackles for loss. Great performance from the Martinsburg defensive line.
I'm going to give a honorable mention to Javon Holmes there on that last play of the game while you were heading down for the
that's a good point there,
interviews. Colin. That was a huge collision as well. So honorable mention, I think, for him for the
Yes.
collision of the game. How about our Good Hands Catch of the Game, brought to you by Kelly Allstate Insurance for all of your insurance needs. Call Gary Kelly at 304-263-4596 or stop by 724 Lakeview Drive in Martinsburg.
How about Michael Dillard's pick 6 that he had coming in at linebacker for Nick Buskey and making plays? He blocked a punt, or he picked up a blocked punt and brought it into the end zone for a touchdown, and he had 2 touchdowns on the day. I said they should have given him a carry to get him a touchdown in all 3 phases, but he at least did this defense and special teams.
Lastly, Player of the Game brought to you by CMA's Martinsburg and Winchester dealerships, proud to be the owners who just care more.
I'm going to give it to Xavier Pollard. I talked to him. I think that, especially in that first half, he was just absolutely blowing up Parkersburg's interior defensive line. I mentioned it, how they were kind of outmatched in terms of size on the front. Guys playing guard and center at 200, 207 pounds compared to the 260-pound Xavier Pollard and the rest of the guys up front. It was just a great performance for him and the rest of that defensive line up front for the Bulldogs.
There you go. That'll wrap things up for us here at Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium. Again, next week, Martinsburg will play host to Parkersburg South. We'll have that game for you here on Talk Radio, WRNR, WRNR TV on YouTube. Before we officially end the broadcast here, I want to give one final shout-out to a childhood best friend of mine, Brandon Krawcheck. Not sure if he's still tuning in or not, but just want to send my love to him and his family. Unfortunately, weren't able to join them for our love. Aunt Steph, unfortunately, passed away a few weeks ago, but definitely tough missing her and keeping her in our thoughts, prayers, and family as well. So, sorry, Brandon, for missing out today for the celebration of life, but wanted to be there as well, and obviously, as I said, keeping thoughts for you guys there. So, for Nick Verzolini, Matt Miller, John Alderton, Dylan Bishop, I'm Colin McLaughlin signing off. Martinsburg 77, Parkersburg 7, the final score. This has been West Virginia High School Playoff Football and Talk Radio, WRNR, WRNR TV on YouTube.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
WVU Medicine is pleased to announce the expansion of our ENT services in the Eastern Panhandle. WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat Berkeley has added 2 new physician's assistants to their team. Both Connor Hall and Samantha Barbado are now accepting new patients, allowing WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat Berkeley to provide faster appointment times. For more information, call 304-262-9400. WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat, located in the Dorothy McCormick Center in Martinsburg.
One of the questions lawyers get asked the most is, what is my case worth?
I'm Steven Skinner, and this is my brother Andrew with Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers.
The truth is, it's very difficult for a lawyer to pinpoint a number because every case is different.
We get to know each situation and we'll give you an idea of what your case is worth and why.
The sooner we get involved, the better we can do getting you the compensation you deserve.
Google Skinner Lawyers or go to skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Welcome into the post-game scoreboard show. I'm your host, Nick Verzolini, as we take a look back at all the final scores from the 4A playoffs. Of course, the game you just tuned into, Martinsburg gets the win 77-7 over Parkersburg. The Bulldogs will continue their playoff run against Parkersburg South next week. Parkersburg South getting a win today against Washington, 24-17. So some other games going on, just wrapping up as well. Wheeling Park beating Musselman 43-0. The Appleman season comes to a close. Jefferson gets the win over Cabell Midland, 48-28. And again, that score wasn't updated from halftime, but it was 77-7. Martinsburg getting the win today over Parkersburg to advance in the postseason. Other EPAC scores are one from last night. Spring Mills defeats Hedgesville 56-0. Some final scores, again, we went over these at halftime, but we'll go over them again here. Morgantown defeats Woodrow Wilson last night 35-10. Hurricane survives against George Washington 14-13. And Huntington beats University 56-28. Hampshire lost today as well, or they're going to lose. They're trailing Princeton 63-9 in the fourth quarter, in case any of our Panhandle listeners were wondering about the Trojans game. But that will do it here for the post-game scoreboard show. I'm Nick Verzolini saying so long. Again, join us next week. We'll find out if it's Friday or Saturday, so tune into the Sports Mix on Monday and take a look at Facebook for the official game time for next week, whether it be Friday or Saturday between Parkersburg South and Martinsburg. But we'll at least have that game and possibly the Spring Mills game as well if Martinsburg were to play on a Saturday. As we already know, Spring Mills playing Morgantown on a Friday. But that'll do it for us. I'm Nick Verzolini saying so long. Once again, your final score here tonight, Martinsburg 77, Parkersburg 7. This is West Virginia High School football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at FordofHagerstown.com or HancockChevy.com.
Mother Shuckers. Fresh Florida stone crab straight from the boat to your throat. Blue crabs, king, snow, Dutchness, all available year-round. Try and find that anywhere else around here. Homemade soup specials every day. Mother Shuckers is located at 1014 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Mother Shuckers, we have an opinion. If you don't like it, shuck it up, Buttercup. Come on over to Mother Shuckers.
The Skinner family has been representing West Virginians for more than 50 years.
We've changed the name of our firm to Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers because we want to be clear about what we do. We represent people who have been in car, truck, and other catastrophic accidents.
We're here to be a voice for the injured and vulnerable, and we take that job seriously with deep commitment to serving our clients wherever they are.
Just Google Skinner Accident Lawyer or visit SkinnerWins.com. We'll treat you like family.
This is Cody with Cody's Auto Body. The stories are on the way. Reliving glory days, the injury that prevented stardom, or the inevitable, I even could have made that play. With football season comes a lot of delusion of greatness. Well, no one believes you would have made it in the big leagues. Let's at least make them think you're a good driver. Bring that vehicle to me and I will make it the pride of the parking lot at every game. I'm Cody with Cody's Auto Body, the MVP of your season. That's Cody's with a T for trust.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
Adventure takes you here, but much of it starts right here in West Virginia, where Toyota has lived alongside hardworking West Virginians for over 25 years, investing over $2 billion in the Buffalo manufacturing plant and bringing in over 2,000 jobs. And that helps fuel the local economy. Thanks for making Toyota the #1 selling brand in West Virginia. See your dealer and start your adventure today. Toyota, let's go places.
And that concludes today's postgame show. Be sure to tune in each week throughout the regular and postseason for more West Virginia high school football. Today's game has been brought to you by
Orsini's Home Store, Century 21 Modern Realty Results, Cody's Auto Body, The Palace Lounge, CMA Honda, the Berkeley County Health Department, Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, Brown's Funeral Home and Cremations, Hagerstown Ford, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, W. Harley Miller Systems, Smallwood and Small Insurance Agency, CMA Chrysler Dodge, WVU East, the law firm of Burke Schultz Harmon and Jenkinson, RAI Properties, Parsons Ford, Rocks, John Hardy, Gary Kelly Allstate, and Panhandle Dumpsters.
For the best in high school, college, and NFL coverage all season long, keep it tuned in to Talk Radio WRNR Martin.